Back in a few minutes to go here before we get these Fed meeting minutes from last month. Again, this could be a bit of a market moving event. It could be absolutely nothing. But regardless, we will show them to you as they come out here and get the market reaction for you live as it happens. Here is how things are shaping up as we head into the final 5 minutes here for before we get these minutes. S&P 0.3, 0.45 for the Dow. We are red once again for the NASDAQ. It's been chopping around this break-even point essentially for most of the afternoon. TSX 0.7 here in Toronto. Crude oil's up nicely today, 2% there, 0.4 downside now for Bitcoin. Ethereum still 1.2 leading the way. It's been like that most of the day. So there it is. FOMC meeting minutes to come here at 2 p.m. Again, one of those events that can move the market if there's something unexpected. Typically, if there isn't something that's unexpected or drastically different from the prior, it might be a whole bunch of nothing coming through here. But regardless, as I mentioned, we will show you it as it happens here. So I'll have this screen open. You'll see it just flood with comments and line by line comments from the Fed minutes. So let's bring the guys in here and get a look at how we're going to approach this. We went up on the CPI initially this morning. We went all the way down, went red on the day. Now we're kind of back to flat, guys. What do we do here?
So welcome, everybody. The first thing to keep in mind, position board's not up yet, but the first thing to keep in mind is this is unlike like a rate decision or anything along those lines where like you get a number and then the market just absolutely goes ham, whipsaw action. That's not guaranteed here because everyone has to decipher the minutes. There's a lot for the bots and actual people to read through and try to figure out, okay, well, how many people were for or against the last decision they made? What's the dot plot? What are the words that they changed in there? So it's a bit more of a process than anything else. So just be a little bit careful. Like if you like, there's levels out there and they can not matter at certain times if you're in position. I happen to be in a few positions. I have a couple shorts. I got one long. Then just have an out, like you're just more sitting in the money in all of these and having a plan of action if you were to break and start trending. I'm really just more looking for a trend maybe past 2:30 or in the first 15 minutes to emerge, not necessarily jumping on that first move. I really don't want to jump on the first move. We do expect, we're going to start to see movement probably at 2 o'clock, but just be a little bit patient with this. This isn't like the rate decision where we know exactly what we're doing at 2, whipsaw, and then 2:30, podium. It's not really that kind of game.
Yeah, what's up? We only got 2 minutes left. I mean, there was questions of whether or not we should even really be coming back early, but we'll come back early anyways, talk about some of our positions and then give you guys the drop when it happens. So we're going to go over to Brendan in just 2 minutes. I'm still short. I'm short AMD here, 35 cents in the money. We've been dollars in the money on this one off that 94 level. I really like that there. We're short again off 93.50 right now for AMD, so that's 50 cents in the money. We're 50 cents in the money on Meta as well, and 70 cents in the money long on Google. So we've got 2 shorts, one long here, but they're all at key levels and they're all well in the money. So I've been getting out of these as we head into 2 o'clock. I don't think, how many dissents, how many went with the Fed rate hike. We're going to find out, of course, and then, like Neil mentioned, the dot plot. Were people happy with the quarter point? Did they want to pause? Let's just find out where we're at. But the NASDAQ is still at 1370 right now, so you're kind of in the middle, and you're flat on the day. We started the day up, brought it all the way back down. Now we're back to zeros on this market. So far so good, man. We will go to Brendan as this story develops and as we come out. But right now, we still remain short on Meta. We've been taking some out there at this 216 area, but this is where we're short right now. And we're just short into the high of the day. That's it. So made a lot of sense taking some profit out on this name. As that goes, Google, we're going to talk about this as the trade of the day, so we'll do that when we're ready. But yeah, for right now, only 45 seconds until we get a number. AMD also short 93.50. We were short up here 94, and we've been talking about this during the midday show as well. So let's see what happens here. This is not a Fed rate announcement. So people that are saying Powell's going to come out and say anything, this is all predetermined. It's just the Fed minutes of their last meeting. So someone's taken minutes, and here they are, and we're going to find out who dissented, where the doves are, where the hawks are, and move forward from there.
Yeah, and if you're checking on the bet that we have on, it's what's going to happen in the first 30 minutes or so. So I'll close that one up within a few minutes of that 2 minutes, 2 p.m., which is right now. So let's go to Brendan really quickly and see what's up.
Yeah, about 5 seconds ago here, again, really anything outside of what is expected is the only way the market will move. So as they come through here, we'll sit, there they are. So I'll sift through here line by line, compare them to what has happened in the past, guys, and we'll get some sort of reaction here from the overall market.
Lots of Fed minutes. Agreed. I saw the words disagreed.
There's a lot of words there.
I saw everything there, and I was talking with Pratt on outside there, and I was like, this is going to be a nothing burger. But we'll see what happens right now as the markets are just trying to figure itself out. Meta flushes a little bit down to 215.86. And as Brendan said, man, we're going to come up with some reasons and for some of the major points in the Fed minutes, and then we'll discuss them. And okay, officials lowered their target range for interest rates following bank turmoil. We talked about that, how the SIVB collapse basically created like a false 100 basis point move up, basically by tightening credit. Brendan has some more information.
So the first kind of interesting point here, we knew this already, but several, quote unquote, several Fed officials considered a pause in March, but ultimately went with a hike. So, I mean, that was well spoken about in the press conference in the last meeting, but again, they're already kind of thinking along those lines, guys.
Yeah, okay. Again, like nothing groundbreaking. That's why we're not really moving much. We were trending a little bit to the downside. I mean, I shorted twice on coin. I had it at 69. Now I'm short this into 70 off that 69 area. It really couldn't break down at 68. So once it was above, I started shorting into the 70 level again. I have a bit at VWAP, and then we're just going to hold for those 68. Yeah, the market's rolling into the downside again. So about to get VWAP on coin. We're getting low of the day, almost on Intel. That's the only long I have. That 32 level starting to come back in. We had that 3 or 4 times in the morning. But the shorts are on until something gets said or something gets read that can change that might be new. I feel like the direction was short before we started all this. I got to get a bid on Coinbase. It just missed me by 5 cents.
Oh, you missed on Coinbase.
There we go.
You know
I was right there, and then it's like, okay, well, sometimes just you're in front of VWAP, and it's like, don't put it on the line, just move it up 5 cents, and you get to fill. Because look at that, like the second I bid it, I actually get to fill in front of VWAP, and then it goes up like 20 pennies. So it was about to make a bounce off VWAP, and I wanted to make sure I got my fill.
All right, yeah, a bunch of bouncings around there. Not much. I mean, we're waiting here. Fed staff projected mild recession starting later in 2023, so mild recession. Right now, the talk. But Meta goes down. Again, where am I waiting? I'll just tell you where I was bidding here, 215.60. So we missed that by 20 cents. Didn't really come in too hard. But, I mean, it's just doing what it's trying to do right now. And that is just bouncing higher here, trying to figure itself out. I bet higher, but now that the only word I heard from Brendo was that they were considering a pause. So that to me would be bullish, right? I mean, if they're going to talk about possibly considering a pause, well, I mean, to me, that would be pretty bullish if many agreed at 25, and we're going to wait to see if there was any dissent towards 50. I don't think, I think that would have been a negative mark here on this market, and we would have gone the other way. So, all right, let's just review what we have now, because Meta's back to flat already. Like, that was a huge move up, man. That just went up 60 cents for Meta. I don't really want to reshort. I think the best thing to do now would be, or is what we have been doing, and that is settling down and just waiting for something to happen. Meta's, like I said, has already made that move to the downside already, so we'll have to wait to see if it can climb back up. My out for Meta was going to be at the day's high of 217. So has things possibly changed here? Yeah, I would say so. So let's just see. The NASDAQ was trending lower pretty good. Now we're right back to the 50 period. I still like everything that we're doing here. We're going to short some more. Meta, what's up, Brendan?
All right, so on first pass, really nothing that we haven't heard at this point, at least once, if not twice. They do mention the banking sector a couple of times here, quote unquote, sound and resilient, which, okay, would maybe lead them to believe that they can consider another hike coming up here in May. But nothing else in here really out of the ordinary or that we haven't heard at this point, guys.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I just got some out of coin, and that's like Sean said, like it was a big bounce to the upside there. Didn't quite get into the 70s, so I could get a better price in there. I want to get fills above 60, 69, 60 that is, and then once that happens, obviously 70 is going to be a big line in the sand. There was that bounce, and I do still have some intel. I was looking for 32, like the absolute bottom on a push down. It looks like we're not going to get that, but as that comes into VWAP, I'm going to start getting some offers out there. Until I see anything different, just play the ranges until we trend one way or the other. Oh yeah, gonna have to close it. Last round for betting. We're gonna bet we're gonna close that betting in literally seconds at this particular point. Probably when I finish speaking. Alibaba, I'm out of Pinduoduo, but Alibaba has now found some kind of a bottom at 94 in his barcoding. Could have a bit of a relief rally in this name. I am looking for an opportunity on Baba, though, for the next few days to be looking for shorts. So ideally, I'd like to be shorting pops in Baba. If it bounces off 94, I'd look at that 95. But as I just tried to get some out of that one long I have, we start coming back into the downside. So I didn't just add to coin, but we're right back into VWAP. It's like a 50-cent range. I might just get more aggressive taking inside of this range. If it's going to give it to you, then you're just going to want to take it over and over again. I'm more aggressive holding on Micron because as far as I'm concerned, that entire move to the upside that we had, we were just grinding up, Micron couldn't break 63. So I will not be aggressive getting, I want 62s here. If I don't get any more shares, I want on the south side of 62.5. This has been a dog all day. It's been a dog since it failed 64. I mean, it's been a bad stock or a weak stock. Nothing against dogs personally there, of course.
Yeah, I know. Everyone.
Because sometimes dog is a compliment, right? Like that guy's got that dog in him. So, you know.
Yeah, that maybe that fight, the fight.
Yeah.
The fight in him, yeah.
I like that compliment. Got
Yeah,
that
it's
dog
okay.
in me.
What up, dog? Yeah, lots of stuff to say about that one. We did take Meta, and Meta just went into the money for us pretty good on that last little flush as we took another 60 fill right here. You can see where we're average price short now, 57 on Meta, and it just dropped down into 30s. So, yeah, it was only a 30-cent win at one point there. Again, we're trying to hold this against us too. I'm just making sure that all my orders are set up because, like I said, I voted that this would get green
close,
here.
I think.
Who knows where we're going to go with it, but 217 break on Meta. That's the high of the day. So we're going to give it to that. The high of the day is really 85, 86. Let's give it to 217. We do have another offer. We're going to make sure. Yeah, waiting to go. I'm just okay, just making sure that my stop orders are for the right amount of shares. That's really all that I'm doing. Okay, we have another offer right now to come on Meta right here at 85. So we're getting pretty close to that one. Just want to short it off that. I mean, we'll get some more information as it comes through, but didn't hear too much there. Pricing in a recession later on in 2023, that doesn't sound great, but maybe it's better than right now. And then...
But mild recession.
Mild recession. Well, I mean, did we think... I thought pretty sure
That's
we
what
thought
everyone-
this was going to be a soft landing at this point,
Yeah.
but okay. Mild, yep, so that's what it was. And that's about it, man. There's some more notes about fuel consumption and whatnot, as we can check out on oil right now, too. 2%. So right now, oil's still up that 2% and looking to close in 23 minutes. Over there on the floor. So they'll still be traded electronically. But here we go. Looking to get our last fill for Meta. Meta's been fine for us. We're trying the short right now, that's all, against that high. Now that the NASDAQ is bouncing around its 50 period right now, looking a little bit like it wants to continue to go up. But we have a couple wicks up here to 13.1, right? That's the key level. It's got to hold that. If not, hey, man, maybe we test 13 again at some point today as the market. We have it I thought we turned that into a bear at some point, but right now it's a bull. I don't know. I bet higher on this. The only word I heard was mild recession, which was good, so two things. And then the fact that some dissented towards a pause. So I think that's good. All right, Meta, we're averaged in now. Our average price is 71.
Yeah, I mean, they have that budget out, so I guess we'll get some information on the Fed balance in the full report there. That just came out, but I have no idea which way that's landing. Currently, I just got my reload up there on Coinbase. So you can see it just popped in close to that 70 mark. I'm going to get some out as it crosses that 50 mark to the downside. Oh, Tesla as well. I should have talked about Tesla. If Tesla gets to 185, that's the level I like to the short. That's what I had on. I got out of it literally right before we came back on. It started making a higher low. I just felt that was a pretty good move. It gets back. 85 has been a good level. I've only been short Tesla after the debacle this morning. And again, I'm only calling it a debacle because I didn't go long 190 when it was good. It's like, that's good. I take it the third time, and then it's no good, right? And then I didn't flip short until, it was good, but I didn't flip short till $3 later. Ended up being a good short a couple of times there, but $3 a little bit too late was kind of annoying for me on Tesla. There we go, Coinbase. Finally getting those fills to the downside. Let's go. I want those, wow. Okay.
I want this one.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a good one there because we're doing oh my gods all over the place
Oh my
right
God.
now. Look at this Meta trade.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. We just shorted Meta at 80s right now. It's only 75 cents in the money off that short, and that's the thing, man. We were talking all about this. We just put it on. I was just like, we're going to average into Meta, and you know where my out was? 217. So that was a 280. That's 15 cents worth of risk. Right now, 70 cents in the money. So that's already 5-1 on the R to R with that. So that's pretty good. Can we get that bid, though, at 05 is really the question. It just bounced off me. I say no matter what, we just cancel that out, and we'll take an 09 right there. There it comes through. Yeah, buddy. Wow, this is what we're talking about, man. Yo, your boy takes 4 days off or however many it was. Did I? Nice move to the downside right here. And sometimes when it's sort of programmed into you, you come back here. But I do like the Meta longs. This is strange to be short here today, but still. Meta up 1%, trying to give something back. And there's a nice little quadunk flush down to steal another line from my guy over there as it goes to the downside. I can't use any other words because I don't understand what they are. So that was a good one. I think it's just kind of like splash down.
Well, it's a perfunctory move to the downside right now.
Oh, this one's a perfunctory move. Okay, good. So now I know exactly what it is. If perfunctory means you're making a shit ton of money, then that's what perfunctory means, because right now there's Meta now 80 cents in the money, and we just took the trade.
I like that number. We're 70 cents in the money on Coinbase, and Micron's still going to the downside.
I like
and
it.
now we're going to make a perfunctory move to the desk with Brendan.
A lot of people seem to be kind of leaning on this one comment that came across, guys, with relation to pre-meeting data. So remember, this is last month's meeting, and they're pointing to data from before that. So highlighting the fact that that data was slower than expected when it came to disinflation. So lots of people still circulating that note specifically, which theoretically could be negative.
Okay, well, I mean, the market decided we're going to turn around here. So at the end of the day, we were trending to the downside before we came in. So it's not like we've done anything differently except reject some of the resistance levels that are up there. So if you got something that's in there, I mean, like I like Coin 70, and you're not going to get, look, you're probably not getting Micron 63 again. It was just all afternoon. Microsoft has been, oh, I got a wick here. Never mind. Microsoft has been relatively strong at times. Let me zoom out for this. 287 was a good one. I was shorting off of 86. That's where it is right now. It was pretty good. It gave you that dollar move to the downside. The reload's no good. If it can reestablish that 86, maybe it's all right. But I'd much rather be waiting for the 87s. Like if you don't have the tops, which we're kind of sitting in right now, then you better watch out. And Tesla's at 182 for the bottom. One name that I just want to throw out there because it's been churning to the upside. I don't think there's been anything in charge more this afternoon than what Moderna was. If it makes one more push up, I want to remind everybody, we were talking about this yesterday or 2 days ago. It was yesterday. 161 on Moderna. I think that's kind of a monster level in there. If Moderna can get another $3, I'd be putting a short on for that name. But I'm just going to keep shorting Coin in front of 70, Micron in front of 63, do it till it stops working. And in that move to the downside, hey, Intel never even went against me. So Intel's got a higher low. Didn't even test the lows. I might just start reloading Intel longs if this 32 is going to be the one.
All right, so we got a couple levels out there. I'm thinking about going over to Intel myself because I do
it's
think
at 32,
that,
remember?
These longs, yeah, 32 is a good price for sure. I'll probably have to go over there. But yeah, anyways, we've got out. I just was talking about Meta there a little bit. We got out twice, one at 10, one at O's, I think there. So it was a nice move down. I am bidding again right now, just to let everybody know. I'm bidding in the 30s again because I should have got out when I should have got another piece out when we broke the 50 period right there back to the upside there for Meta. As look at this market, man. An amazing and outstanding 0.01%. Right now on the NASDAQ. And the ES ain't doing much better at 0.34% right now. So, after us coming on early for CPI, coming on early again now for this, and really the market is kind of just saying, okay, giving us some good moves. So I think that's the one thing that I've been doing here today that I hadn't done, maybe a little bit last week was take out profit. I don't know if you guys remember here when I was here with Max, and we had a lot of winners, but then as we kept averaging in and just kept on going, and everything went into the money for us, but then we didn't take it and then ripped up, right? And I think it wasn't Google that, well, it was Google that day, but I think it was Softy or something, just kept on going. So just like this, when Meta came back into these levels, 216, we're going to take that over and over and over again, right? And so we make sure that we get out. Now it's coming back up to the upside. I don't know, man. We're still 35 cents in the money. We could take another piece right now. And I think just because I'm going to do that, I'm going to put a bid at 50. If it runs us over, we get out at 50. We'll take 35 cents. On the last little bit, we're getting out 25% of what we have left, which is only 40% of this top tick because we have 6 outs or so on the way down. So far, so good here. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this trade. And you know what? The one trade that I didn't take today that really wound up working near the end was Shopify. We wrote down Shopify 48. Of course, now it's at 46. So that was a good move. But unfortunately, I had to go 50 cents against you. Since then, it's just been printing to the downside here on Shopify. And the reason why we liked this one short, again, you know, we just got back into this 48. Remember we were sort of talking about these top ticks here, that you'd have to hold it at least to like 25. Well, today, unfortunately, right off the open, it does go to 20.75. So about 50 cents higher than maybe where my stop would have been. So I don't think I would have made money. The key would have been watch that happen and then hit it when it comes back down. Then use that as your high. So Shopify mistraded that one today. Should be short on it, but we're short other names right now. We'll just have to watch out for Shopify as we're waiting to get. Oh, did we get our meta there? We did. Yeah, no, we didn't. We did not get our meta at 50. No, we did not. So we're still waiting for meta at 50, which is right here. My bid is right here.
So the meeting isn't right now. Mr. 33 Cats. Great name in there, by the way.
Too many cats.
No, it's the Fed minutes from the last meeting. So you're just disseminating the notes from the previous meeting. So you're just going to get that out now. It is not a current meeting that they're doing. Another note there, UPS just made a bit of a, we'll call it a right turn. I always think in a chart it's a right turn, but I've been told I should call it a left turn when it's down. But you're going this way in the chart, and then you go down. That's a right turn. Anyways, down $4 here. It looks like, I put it in the chat, Teamsters delayed national contract talks. There's accusations of them stalling on that negotiation. So that's the reason for this UPS move. It's bouncing a little bit here, but a little bit of a trend to the downside on UPS with the market bouncing. This could be one, if it continues that trend, kind of short some pops into that 193. Volume already starting to taper off, but I'm going to go right back to the well on coin. And, I didn't get any fills at 80 there. Okay, I'm right back on the offer in the 80s. Didn't really get the fill. I might take something in the 70s, I suppose. Let's see if I can get a fill there on coin. Just been rinsing and repeating. Like, ever since it barcoded, kind of like just getting the 69, 70 area into that 70, and then getting out when it gets into VWAP, holding a bit just in case it flushes into 68, and then rinse and repeat. At some point, it could always break out, and then your last entry is probably going to be a loser at that particular point, but it's going to work until it stops. That's the way I like to approach an area like this. But UPS on my radar, if it gets back up, retests that 193, I might decide to take that short off that high of the day.
All right, we're going to get ready to do some trade of the day in a couple of seconds here. What? Is DWAC moving around here? Former President Donald Trump. It's not huge news, but I guess suing his former ex-lawyer Michael Cohen for more than $500 million. I mean, how much money does this Michael Cohen dude have? As per court documents.
500 million?
Suing his own lawyer for $500 million. So, ex-lawyer. No, I just saw the news. It's a couple minutes old right now. Brendan didn't bring it to us, obviously, so there's no news of DWAC.
No Huadunk on DWAC?
No moves there. And the reason why I go over to DWAC is because, of course, you think that there might be something there in case he's dropping said news on DWAC or something like that. Obviously, Rumble's the name to look at, I feel like, now. Although the problem with Rumble is it's already broken through its $10 SPAC price a couple times, and whenever you're dealing with that, you do have issues like this because you can get below $10. The reason why DWAC seems to be, you're still paying a 30% premium. You guys tell me, I don't know what.
Why?
As I say, somebody tell me who's holding DWAC why you're still in this one. The most you're going to get is 10 on this stock. The least, like the worst thing possible for anybody holding DWAC again, if someone's going to at me and all this stuff because I don't know anything about DWAC or American politics or whatever because we are, of course, we have our own nightmares here. Canada is by far, our population gained 2.7% last year, which is outpacing every G7 country by like 10x. So, I mean, you want to talk about printing money and, taking in perhaps too many people. We'll wait on that one and see how that goes for us and our GDP and whatnot.
It ain't because we're making babies.
No, this is immigration.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It ain't because we're making babies. It ain't because we're making babies.
It ain't.
I didn't emphasize the ain't.
So anyways, I was just going to say DWAC there. I'm just saying, like, the best you're going to get, not the best, but the least, if you were to get out right now, is 10 bucks because it's still a SPAC. And if they can't turn it into an actual symbol,
delay after delay after delay,
which I think they're delaying on purpose.
Yes, because
if they actually did it, there's no way this thing would be here.
No, I think that's.
I feel like this would be like $5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm not looking forward to that delist notice, the notice that it gets approval to turn into a symbol, because I do think it goes lower on that. So, anyways, that's the news about President Trump there. It doesn't seem to be moving the needle on that one, but we did get our fill on Meta. Other than that, no, I don't have anything to say. We got to fill on Meta. One position that we're going to talk about, because I got to get up and do this here, is I just want to talk about AMD in case this fills in the next couple minutes. So we have the 200 period here at 50, and then we have these little areas here at 60. So my target for this is to get out. I want to get an average price in here around 50 if it comes back up, and then work it into this area 60 or 70 before we get out. Let's let AMD rip back up here into this 94, but I don't want to hold at 50 cents against myself just to find out that 94 gets taken out, right? So we'll average it up if it comes in, because right now we're short at 40s, so we're still 20 cents in the money. It's all good, but just in case we get some more trades, it'll be right here at 93.50. Just double checking my order. Yes, we're actually at 93.60 using 70 as an out. So that's something to keep an eye out for as we get ready to go over and do the trade of the day.
Oh, it was so close. You know what? It didn't matter. We got so close on Microsoft. I didn't want to compromise at 287 because it has been over that price, even just very briefly. I was sitting at 88. And then I think I just missed it by a couple of pennies. But Microsoft did get up to that reload spot. Or I shouldn't say reload because I was shorting 86 before. But for me, it would be the second time I shorted it. Did just miss. I did get my reload on coin as that one starts to come back in. Just going to keep rinsing and repeating these over and over again. If Micron were to give me any chance, and we run to the hills, oh my goodness. It's just when it bounces, I should maybe even think about shorting the consolidation. It's so relatively weak at this point that I don't know if I haven't been aggressive. Maybe I'm not aggressive enough with this because I should be shorting this level. Every single time it consolidates, I've essentially shorted it today. So that was in the pre-market, and then when it made the dump into 63, and then when it consolidated 63. So if it does it here, and I just want to be net short the thing, I should be thinking about it. But I'm not at that point of chasing it just yet. It's only 220. By the way, at about 230, we'll make a mental note as to what the NASDAQ has done. I guess if it's a push, nobody wins, but I mean, it can't be exactly a push, right? Like we said, from 2 to 230.
But what was the NASDAQ at? Did you get the number? I mean, it's not going to be a push.
No, it won't be a push.
Like exactly. We can.
No, it's not that hard. We can just look
right
at the tick. Right now, the NASDAQ is barely to the downside. Hey, what's up, Randy?
How's the coffee? What do you got in there? A latte or something? What is that? Oh, well, you take a double or something. You're
really. You gotta have your coffee black.
Right now?
Let's just leave it at that.
Awesome.
Meta, dollar in the money as it's trying to take out 216 right now. All right, I'm going to go get set up for the trade of the day, and I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. And Randy always, never a dull moment. I always feel like he just wants to creep behind us. He needs his camera time. We'll get him on to talk about some Ford at some point. Because I remember he's like, something's going to happen in Ford next week. Yeah, it's going to make a run into $13, Randy. So it's been a good level. I just got one fill on the way back to the downside, and I'm just going to rinse and repeat this. I don't know how many times we're going to get this chance to short the top of the range on coin and then work it back to the downside, but now that we're working back to the downside, got to have orders in the VWAP. I'll get out 3 times. Last time I got out only twice. A little more aggressive each time. Steve G, I like it. Car Talk with Randy. I mean, it's a great segment. Everyone's looking at EVs. He knows his ish. But Brendan also knows his stuff as we go to the desk.
Interesting graphic I was just looking at as far as this breakdown from this morning goes, guys, from the CPI print, just highlighting where prices have changed the most. So airfare, obviously up huge, 17.7%. Pets and pet products still catching a bit as well. Rent, as we know, that real estate sector, food at restaurants, food at home still at the top. But down here, though, I was kind of surprised. Gasoline, obviously off the highs, oil down off the highs. Down 17%, 11% for used cars, rental cars as well. So interesting look there when it comes to where the biggest changes have come in relation to that inflation print this morning. All right, as Sean was mentioning, we'll get into a little bit of a look back at what we were dealing with this morning. How'd you do? Where were the opportunities? Hope your morning went well anyways, but let's get right into a bit of a look back at what was available for opportunities this morning.
Hey traders, it's your trade of the day, and again, once again, brought to you by Day Trade the World. Make sure you scan that QR code below and start your prop journey today. Look, I was just asking Greg, where's Max? Oh yeah, he's golfing right now. But what reminds me of Max is this Google trade, because remember last time we were here last Thursday, right before Good Friday, and Google came right down to this 104 area, and the market was tanking, and then all of a sudden it hits 104.50, and then rips up $5 from there, up to 109, almost 109.50, which would have been, well, that is the $5 right there, so $4 almost straight up. So I was like, you know what, if that comes through again, we have to be on that trade, right? We have to be on that trade. So that's exactly what comes through, and this is what we did. I just want to preach patience here, because this is the thing. We wanted Google long early today because we were close to that 107, and you can even, actually now that I look at this, we could talk about 107 right up here. I just thought that with this CPI print coming to, and we didn't get in anything before CPI, this is well after. My first trade is actually 9:15, which is still too early, but we thought that we could break this 107 on a good number, and it came in 5 versus 5.1, so we're like, okay, this is gonna be good. Rips up out 20, or out, I think this is out about 40%, so each spot about 10. It might have been a little bit more, we might have been out half, but then as it comes dropping in here, look what we start supporting, right? And then as you're looking at this chart, I think to myself, like, what was I doing? Just trying to catch a falling knife here, a falling sword as it comes back in. So we take another fill at 106, and then once again another one at 105.80, where the 200 period is. Really no reason to be doing this. As it comes in, now we're like, okay, now we're out 30, 40, 50 cents, and it's not a good trade as it keeps coming back out. But look, we get out, we get back in, we get out, there's a whole bunch of different trades in there, then it pops up and it doesn't really get going. Then the flush happens. Now this is where we really got away from it all. Look at all of these outs there. Like, we could tell that Google wasn't going up. The market's still relatively flat, and Google's down 0.3. When I came to do this, the market was flat, and so obviously the market's come back in a little bit here, but Google well read against the NASDAQ, and that's the market I'm talking about. So sniff it out and get out. Hold a little. Actually, once we get out, that's a fill that I thought we would get initially, and we punch out of that right away. And then it just drops. Look at this. Notice no fills in the middle here. As it's coming back down, I say to everybody and myself, I'm waiting for this magical 104.50 level. And look what happens. It falls right in. So we first get some there at 70, then some at 60. Then we actually get that 50 fill, and then it's accelerated up to the upside, whereby we start to get some out because, again, noticing it's weak, keeps bouncing, having a problem at 105, breaks above 105, 105.20, 105.70, and we still have a piece right now. So it's $1.20 into the money on the upside, and the only real reason that I can figure out is just that we were patient and waited to get this max bottom. Am I allowed to call it that? The max bottom right there. We have the Kramer bottom. We have that 666 bottom that was made as well. But right there, that's a nice little level, 104.50, that I was not brave enough to stand in the way there. But here we are, comes in, we take it, and it's explosion to the upside. So I think the lesson that I learned here was, and it's written on the sticky note, wait for your levels, pick the stock, assess where there's trouble, like we were able to get out right there, assess it, be patient, and then watch the action from there. It's Google off the max bottom and your trade of the day.
Yeah, market continuing to slide here back to session or recent lows anyways. As far as the futures are concerned, we had Google, we had all, in fact, of big tech on there this morning in relation to this CPI print and the Fed minutes as well. And actually said, look to this group as far as leadership is concerned. Once we get this inflation data. Here's Tesla right now as well. 2.75% just made day lows, 182, I should say, 2.7% now for Tesla. We were dealing with this morning, coming off the day before we got that North American price cut notice. Here's Tesla then coming through with the same thing for the Model 3 and Y variants in Hong Kong. More cuts. Huge. What's shaping up to be, not huge, but definitely a reversal candle being put in here on the daily time frame after we get that nice pop on the CPI print this morning. This is now a $10 range top to bottom for Tesla.
Yes, sir. And look, the market is going to the downside here. So we're saying timber. It is chilly in here legitimately because the air conditioning's on. But it's warm outside. It's hot to the downside. if you bet on the red in about, unless the market can bounce significantly in the next
Look
30
at Meta.
seconds, it is going to be red since 2 o'clock. So we're now through VWAP here, approaching that first dollar on Coinbase. It's got another dollar to go, I do think. We're back at the low of the day everywhere. But speaking about Tesla, because that's what we're supposed to be going on here, I'm not in Tesla anymore to the short side, but it just flunked through the low. 180 could be incoming. I was only, look, I didn't reverse early. I reversed a short at 187. That was the big level. We were talking about that level yesterday, I do believe, and then shorted off the 185. So 187, 185. Now we're just looking for 180. Maybe Tesla can bounce there. I don't know. I still am missing data on my daily chart in Tesla, so apologies for that. But if you get to 180 and don't hold it, remember, we did have that wipeout bottom at 176. I don't think we get there today, but on the off chance that we do, that's where I think you would look for a bounce, down at 176 on Tesla. But the market is absolutely flushing, printed on the shorts.
Wow. Man, remember I talked about, like, you know, you love taking holidays, and I mean spending Easter with family. I went to see the in-laws. It was great. Thank you so much to my mother-in-law for that pot roast. That was absolutely fantastic. Loved every minute of it. Thanks for the French toast. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the bacon. But I want to say thank you to the market, because right now, man, there comes Meta. We come back, we sit in the captain's chair, and then it is liftoff. Look at Meta to the downside right now. We just put this trade on. 208, $1.70 now in the money in 15 minutes as Meta, peace to the downside, as it is just getting ramped up here as it continues to go down. Ooh, look what level we're at. I say, let's take a piece out right now as we come right back into VWAP. I mean, we'll take $1.80. We'll take it. We'll take $1.80. And now we're starting to go even lower to the downside right now as we're just cranking this market there. What a good out that was at 10s. Let's see, man. I mean, is it a good out? It keeps on falling right now as we watch out for our AMD. I mean, I just basically pieced this trade out for everybody right there. So, again, I don't, that was great. Love, like I said, love the holiday. You got to take them. But, man, we're glad to be back here and doing this kind of damage here on this market. So thanks for watching. Hit the like. And if you haven't hit the like, well, maybe Kat can help you.
Hola. Like and subscribe today.
Hola, right there. Zero Spanish descent, but we like that one there. Hola.
Well, has she done 23andMe? We don't know. They could be like,
no, I mean, everyone, she probably does.
Got a little everyone's got a little something in there. I'm just saying.
Yeah. She probably has a little something in there as well. So, I mean, we're all probably mixed up a little bit there. So, yes, anyways.
I got that Portuguese. That's what's all about.
Right. Except for Fahad. Remember we had that discussion before? You know, sure, Fahad. Fahad's by far the whitest guy on the show. You know what I mean? Like, if you put me beside Fahad and they said, tell that white guy to be quiet, people would be thinking about Fahad, you know.
Oh, you obviously
maybe
have a
Randy.
Better, you have a better tan than, Randy probably.
Randy's whiter than Fahad?
Yeah. No? I mean, I don't know. Maybe side to side, we get them side to side.
But it doesn't matter anyways.
It doesn't matter.
It's because Fahad's in our ear, that's all. All right.
Talks all this.
214.83 right now. Nice. I mean, this is we've already, like, we're here to, we're doing the rundown. Didn't even notice that. Okay. Tesla, China price cut. Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's go over to
Tesla's
big tech.
falling, big tech's falling, Chinese ADRs are falling, Ford's falling.
All I'm doing is talking about big tech and, you brought up the 23andMe thing. I'll ask Katrina again.
It was in context.
It was in context. It was in context there. I'm from Mars, says Big Rob. What's up, Big Rob?
MARS, Mars.
Say hello to, what's the NASA mission that just went up there? You know what? SpaceX is doing. I watched the
SpaceX
launch.
is doing a launch soon.
Yeah, there's a bunch happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Anyways, let's say what's up to Elon if you get up to Mars. Okay, what's up, Brenda?
Just reading through these comments from ECB's Villeroy, who is I just learned, Bank of France governor. So similar to the Fed's representatives, depending on the state. So ECB may possibly raise rates more, quote unquote, more at the next meeting. Seem to take the market down there to new lows on decent volume. It's worth mentioning as well. Yeah, let's talk big tech. And as I was mentioning, we were referencing this in the sense that when the overall market is in play, on a day when you get CPI, on a day when you get Fed minutes, you got to look to the biggest names for leadership, regardless of the direction. Initially, it was higher. Looks like we might end downside for tech guys?
Well, you think? Okay. There's an
It's
outside.
going to bounce off 13,000. It's at 13,000
Yeah,
now.
so you could bounce off the lows, and then all
take some A and B
all
out.
bets are off at that point because that's a double bottom. So I just reload on Intel. I don't think I've had another long this afternoon. I'm trying to think if I went long anything else other than Intel. But anyways, I just got more shares at 32. If it gets to VWAP, I'll be pretty pleased with that move. I don't think that's asking too much, but we've had 15 red candles in a row, 5 red candles in a row, my 3-minute. And we're in a downward trend. That's all I can think about. I'm still short on Micron. As a matter of fact, this is at the low of the day as well. I'm kind of thinking I should be taking this one out. Coin has some room to the bottom. Micron has held 62 a couple of times. You know what? If I like the long here on Intel and we get a bounce, I can short the pop on Micron. So I'm going to ring the register on Micron. If I made a mistake on Micron, it wasn't all good. I'll get to you guys know the 64 level. I'll show you. The 64 level on the daily. If you haven't seen a chart, look at it. It sells every time it gets here. You take the short, you win. When the number came out, I was not aggressive enough in holding the short. We were looking for longs. I thought the market would bounce. So when it went that first move through 64 even, I just started covering 63.5 and said, I'll get out for the first dollar. Kind of left a lot on the table there with that initial Micron short, then went back to shorting it at 63. It does not want to break that 64. Every time it gets up there, that's just like a screaming short until it's not. I'm sure one day it's going to be a loss. Eventually, one day it'll be a loss, but I'm going to keep doing it until it stops working there on Micron. And then just one last, there was a lot of bad long trades this morning for me. I can throw Microsoft into that bucket. Didn't quite have the bottom, but it wasn't willing to hold it the extra dollar. In and out, kind of paper cut, take a hit. Paper cut, take a hit on the NVIDIA long, and same thing for Meta. So we can go through all of them, but at the end of the day, the short is on at this particular point. I can cancel the 87 Microsoft. Who cares? It's going to be about Coinbase and Micron, I think, for me. And maybe some Tesla.
Yeah. Our bet is already made, and it's a comfy one here today as we just, really awesome. What's up, Compa SRX1? What's up to everybody? What's up, Dan Emmons here, man, as we just crush these shorts. That's for you, Dan. Everybody that likes these kind of shorts there, it's for you because we just crushed that there. And I know there's a few people that can't believe some of the moves that we've seen here over the last little while to the upside. So it's nice to come back in, I'm sure, to those of you that are looking at 13,000 right now. But look, I can't talk about this bottom without taking it again, right? So there comes Google one more time. We just bought 43s there or so. That's that's exactly the trade that we want. Again, right there, as we took out some Meta for $2 there. We're holding only small piece, 10% of Meta left because we got it out. Like when I sat back down and was like, let's take that there at 215.70, which came right in, and then all of a sudden, this is Meta, and then all of a sudden back into 215 flat there. Those are good trades, man. So we're gonna take a piece out at the 200, take a piece out at VWAP right there, and then try to hold in case we do get that huge move down. Doesn't look like we're going to do it. So we flip over now over to Google, which again comes right back into that very low of the day. I think our first out would be smart to get it in and around this 50 area, 55 or so. 55 is only going to be a 14-cent win because we got 41s, but we'll take it. And then we'll wait for a little bit higher. If we can get anything near this 105, I think that's doing pretty good there for Google. If that comes in today. So that's what we'll be waiting for on that one. And what else you guys want to look at? We did our TQQs earlier on in the day. This was a good stock for us early. We hit it off the CPI number. It was a good move. We just waited for it. You see the volume came in there, spiked up at 8:30. We didn't hit it instantly. We got our first piece, waited for saw it go up, got our first piece, waited for the 5-1 and then some confirmation. Brendan brought us some highlights of that. And then we got in again and it ripped up, and then we got out for flat once it came back down. So that was pretty well done there. Did we get out of some Google? No, there it is. Yes, sir. One more time for another fill on Google. But we want this name to go a hell of a lot higher. This is just a refill. It's not even like a huge position because the NASDAQ was so far down right here and looking at that 13,000. Wanted to see it have a look. Looks like we're holding right now. I'm not super confident that we hold this level. So I don't know if that's a little bit of a warning there.
The
or
longs,
like
of
that.
course not.
Yeah, so I don't see how you could be confident, and I'm not. So we'll wait on that. Right now, I'm just more nervous because my daughter has her second rep tryout today after just learning hockey 7 months ago. So hopefully that can go well. Getting ready for that. As it's 25 degrees Celsius.
I heard 28. Sharif said 28, son. 20. I thought you said 28. It's nice. It's nice outside. It's
Yeah,
nice. But they turn the AC on. That's the only problem. Like I can feel the cold air of the AC in here, but that doesn't matter. I know you just said we're not that confident with the longs, but we got some support levels in here. That's why you got to put the longs in when you're at that support.
Show it is 24.
You got 24. What's that? Like
Deuce Bow.
2019. So that's
80,
75.
Yeah, well, 72 is 21.
Okay, so no more than
So,
that. Yeah, like
78
76
degrees or so
yeah.
here today. And the stupid dome will be closed. Like, what a joke.
It's weird.
I absolutely hate-
No matter how warm it gets, it's like a certain date that they open up the dome. It's like they won't do it this early in the season. It's annoying.
I know why. I heard them say it yesterday. It's because they have to have a certain amount of warm days in a row before they actually open it for the first time. So it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like I saw that yesterday. I mean, the new outfield, everything seemed pretty cool.
It looks great.
Pretty packed.
No, it looks great. It was absolutely packed. And my wife hasn't sent me the picture she got from last night. The second she does, I'll show you guys some stuff. It was pretty cool. It was a good victory. Hopefully the bats can be really strong all year, and hopefully. You know what? The market's coming back into the downside. I just got some intel out, and I don't know if I want to reload this another time. I just got some out of 10. We might just be saying, okay, 32 breaks, forget about it. Coin's now like $1.20 in the money. I have no idea. At this point, it's like low of the day. Not low of the day, 68 even that I'm looking for to get out. But Tesla's bouncing. Tesla's making a little bit of a bounce. It didn't get to 180. If 13,000 holds, I mean, I got my bet in there on Intel for my one. If Tesla was at 180, I'd probably take that shot as well. But 13,000 is holding a little bit.
Yeah. Brendan? Yeah, Brendan.
All right, just keeping my eye on Alibaba here as well, guys. Just made a day low and trying to bounce, but 94 coming back into play for Baba here, down, 5.6% on the day. We were talking more geopolitical concerns when it comes to these Chinese ADRs. We clear this level on the daily chart, 97.5, 97. Straight southbound in a hurry today for not only Alibaba, but all of these ADRs today. Pretty ugly.
I'm going to get this one out of the way quick because we said this in the afternoon. But Alibaba's nice, but to be honest, at the open, I suck at trading Alibaba. It's true. But Pinduoduo, we don't suck trading that one. And 70 was a flat bottom break. And it's just take the 70 break because if it's weak, it's an obvious break. It's been going to the downside every single time. So here's the daily chart on PDD. We'll just throw it up there.
Mahad.
There we go. Daily chart. It's good.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah.
So that is the flat bottom break. It's, we coined that term, many years ago. I think I was maybe 19, 20 years old before I started trading when I coined that term of a flat bottom break at 70 even. And then we just shorted it underneath. It flushed. We shorted again at 69. We took it down, 68, down into that 67 level. Now it's going sideways because that's what Chinese ADRs do in the afternoon. They tend to not move. I don't think there's going to be a trade this afternoon, but I'm looking trend short under this price until it stops working. Oh, nice. There was a bounce on Intel just there. I'm going to get some more shares out because every single bounce in this market has been a gift. So you should take some out when you get it. So above 10s, get more out of this Intel long at 32. Hopefully we can get some VWAP, but I don't think I'll trade BABA or PDD this afternoon.
I just, I saw this story and I actually tweeted it out, and thanks for everybody. 6 retweets, 22 likes, 3,000 views. Bankrupt crypto exchange FTX has recovered. You guys follow me at TraderTV, Sean, if you want. Almost over 40,000 followers now. They've recovered $7.3 billion in assets, so that's pretty sweet. Listen, this is the best line of all time. FTX will consider restarting its crypto exchange in the second quarter. Why isn't that nice? I mean, if there's any place that I'm going to be super confident of throwing my money into, would of course be FTX.
Hold on, let me just
really excited. I cannot wait.
Just
I'm going to put
throw some right now.
Yeah, let's put some QR code to sign up with an FTX login, and we'll get that going. And of course, I'm just throwing shade at it, but I don't know. Maybe with regulation, everything as they get going. Oh, check out this. Oh yeah, we are. We are going to our baseball clinic the other night. Shout out to number 2 with my daughter. And tonight is rep hockey. And here we go. Have you ever seen this? Where's Fahad? So our guy over there at Tim Hortons, because of Fahad, so Fahad goes there and he's like, oh, I'm working out. I'm trying to get all jacked up and everything. And then the guy orders a triple dose mocha latte with whipped cream and all this crap. It's crazy the stuff this guy orders from there. And then he goes, I'm trying to bulk up is what he tells the guy. Calories. See, Neil, you guys can discuss.
You're
this at a
trying to
different time.
bulk by going to the gym every single day and getting your calories from
whipped cream, yeah.
whipped cream and quintuple lattes.
It's working. Have you seen this guy? This guy's a monster.
Yo, he came by yesterday, so he walks over and is like, yo, feel my abs,
It's
feel my
Ramadan.
arm. It's like, dude, just chill. Chill, Winston.
Yo, stop flexing, bro.
He really.
Anyways, the story was, shout out to everybody there
Pause.
at Tim Hortons. I have never, ever seen a name written on a Tim Hortons cup. I mean, maybe they do sometimes. And then because Fahad was like introducing, because Fahad's trying to be like, he's like, I'm with this guy. Do you know who this guy is? And blah blah blah. I'm just like, please, bro, I don't want to get involved with this. But the dude there, he's a super nice guy. I think his name is Nav. I think. But anyways, with the smiley face there, I don't know who did this, but I've never seen this. So shout out to Tim Hortons, as here it is right here live and in person, the smiley face mug right there. This was a roll up the rim to win. So
did you win?
Another. Yeah, I mean, we won. So I don't know. So this was the thing. I don't know what the odds are, but definitely you don't win as much as they say.
Oh, of course.
So I got a hack. I let my kids roll it up because they're lucky.
That's what
So I was rolling. I got like 3 or 4 in a row wrong, and I had like 5 left, and I gave it to them, and they rolled like 3 or 4 winners in a row, which was real nice. So have your kids roll up the rim to lose, but it's because you lose more than you win on any of these contests.
Yeah, but you're drinking the coffee anyway.
Shout out Tim Hortons, anyways. Yeah, you know what? I don't really. Our coffee here is hit or miss, right? So I think that's that's.
Tim Hortons is hit or miss too.
McDonald's
is
I
actually.
get the espresso.
I actually think McDonald's has better coffee.
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah, I think
McDonald's does.
It's not a very Canadian thing to say, but the truth is the truth.
okay.
I think.
I'm down with McDonald's, man. McDonald's sponsors so many youth. They sponsor all the youth hockey. So one of my kids' youth hockey is sponsored by Tim Hortons, and then the other one's sponsored by McDonald's.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Shout out to them.
And they got the big chicken Big Mac. I still haven't had that yet.
I haven't had that yet either.
I got it. Okay, maybe
my
tomorrow.
daughter, because she's vegetarian, but she eats fish.
No, but she is vegetarian.
No, because she's not vegetarian. She's pescatarian. That's why I'm doing that. She has shrimp and fish. Anyways, we were out with her hockey team last Friday when I was in Hamilton 2 Fridays ago.
Hammer.
And the Hammer. What's up to the Hammer right there? Anyways, we tried to get her. She was out with her friends. And McDonald's has nothing vegetarian on their menu at all. It's just fries.
I didn't know that, but
you can't get a burger that's plant-based. You can't get anything. Oh yeah, the rundown sponsored by Day Trade the World. Thanks for that. But we did. So she tried fillet of fish. Napa. No, does not like the fillet of fish.
No, that's fair. I don't think it's that good either. I mean, look, that's not where you go.
Poutine right now, which I believe is probably a beef gravy on top of that. So there goes that whole vegetarian thing. But I ain't telling her that.
Or you just not go to McDonald's.
No, it's because it was the team. It was like the whole team went there. It was like in between games.
Yeah. You know who also wouldn't have a vegetarian menu?
If you don't let your kids have McDonald's, I don't understand.
You got to go to McDowell's.
McDowell's. Where is that?
Oh, that's from Coming to America.
I was gonna say because it's the M arches, right?
It's the M arches.
I didn't know if there was actually.
They had the golden arches. We got the golden arc, and
yeah. I like that one.
Anyways. The market is flushing. Shorts are good. Oh, coin's almost at 68. That's where I want my out. Oh my goodness. I should have taken more shares out of Intel. Yeah, it's already starting to roll over, man. This might be like AMC in the afternoon. You're gonna get 10 cents on the long, and you better be darn happy with it, because that's what it looks like we're getting every single time on this. And Tesla's right back testing that 182 level. Sorry, that 180 level. The golden arcs, baby. And Microsoft, where's Softy? That was the other one. I did want to have a look at 87. I think that's completely gone. Where to get in? These ugly wicks. Maybe my 15 will look. My 15-minute looks a little bit cleaner for you guys there. So 87 pretty much gone. 85. It's not a great level on the higher time frame, but certainly 85 does look like a little something. And my goodness, I forgot all about this, and apologies. I know we're not talking a lot of small cap names, but GFAI, mentioned to at least acknowledge the fact. I don't like looking at the chart because, quite frankly, I was long and I'm not happy where I got out of it. So I'll look at it this way. That was me.
Throw
up. That was bad. I mean, we had the 22.5 long and we got out at 24.5. And at the time, it actually felt okay because it looked like it was doing a rug pull, like the failed break and then slam back down, which I've seen a million times, like this kind of a move. That's what it looked like it was doing. I get out, and about 5 seconds later, it's like $1.50 higher.
Yeah.
And I mean like 30 seconds later. So it sucked. It's right back at the high of the day. This is an absolute beast. So congratulations if you're still holding it. It even held that 24 all day long. This is on a collision course with that 30 level. Yes, and you're right, Maxi. It was Bullfrog as well. Bullfrog was also making power moves to the upside. It's just GFAI was the one I was looking at in trading. As soon as you put a bid in, you get the fill. I just got 68s, so 70 into 68. The only reason I like the out here is it was a wall. When I shorted 69s, it could not get through this. It put in a higher low, so I said I got to get out of it and then reemerge above VWAP. So that's what I did. I'm anticipating there should be a consolidation that I can work the short to get back in again as we head to the low of the day here. Intel 32 is about to break. Micron could be taking out the lows. That could be spicy. Here we go.
Have my kids ever watched the stream? Yes. Just in case you don't follow me on Instagram. By the way, I'm just watching these things print, man. We got Google there again at this bottom, and I told you where we're getting it out, 60s, right? So there's like 4 fills in a row right at 58, right there, back and forth off these longs. So that's all I'm doing right now, trying to entertain a little bit, try to talk about that. Is my kids ever on the stream? Let me check. So here's Instagram. There's my daughter there, and there's my daughter again. There, what's up, Fahad? There he is, right there. Like that, some kicks on there. There's curling, by the way, which I'm doing as well. That's a throwback to 20 years ago when I started. There's my lovely wife. But here we go. I just want to show you. There's my daughter again. But hold on, my guy was on here recommending Microsoft when Microsoft I think was like at 220 or something. Oh man, Fahad, your kid is crazy cute. By the way, I don't know. I mean, maybe we should have a DNA check on that one. Okay, now we're going back down. The thing is that right here.
Wow.
Yeah. Always throwing shade. I don't know where it was, but he was on here. I'm going to find it for you. Go over to look at this. Look at this. Oh, no. Oh, we have special guests. Oh, come on, Brendan. We've seen Brendan every day. Oh, look at that. There it is.
Aww.
Naima. She's looking at Neil. She's like, all right, I'm down with this. He's like, oh, and then I was like, oh. She's like, oh, who is this guy? Give me Daddy back. What's up to Fahad? Anyways? Yeah, I always tell Fahad, bring her on as many times as possible. Here's me finally cutting a tree. Anyways, we'll find it. But anyways, my kid was on here talking about
Softy.
Softy, that's what it was, because he loved Discord. So that's it. I think, look, there's not enough financial literacy in this world, period, for your kids. So I don't, not necessarily to watch our show or anything like that, but I just think that, teaching them at a young age, I tell my kids all the time. I mean, Baxter is he's only 20, actually turns 21 in a couple weeks, actually. So, and he already has his investments lined up. So yeah, he's getting pretty old there.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. So. Anyways, that's what that is right there. But yeah, so one of my kids has traded here a couple times already, and he's in his 20s, and then the other one's little baby's 11 and 8. So thank you, Lone Sophos. God bless you as well and your family.
Did I lose again? No, I won. Okay, that's okay. Never. Bears versus Bulls. You know that duel thing that you can do in the chat?
I don't know anything.
So if you you could, so in the chat with the points, you can do like $ duel and then pick a name. And then all the other person has to do is $ accept. So I just kind of I see him do it, and then I just accept. So he won the first time, but I think I've got him a few times in a row now. So in your face, but we love you, Bears versus Bulls. Great moderator, fantastic.
How do I accept a duel?
Just do $, accept. I don't. There's a time limit on it.
Thing.
Oh, no, sorry, not $. Exclamation mark accept.
There, I did.
Yeah, so there you go. Then you can see if you win that one. It's just
a
little bit.
I don't know. Bears versus Bulls just challenged me to something. I just accepted. I have no idea what.
Of course, it's like a coin flip. It's like you win or you don't. You know, we do high card at the end of a poker game. It's basically just doing that.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't want to walk around with when there's odd amounts at the end of a poker game, just do high card for those amounts. Okay, so I just got another pop there. It's
gonna have that poker night, by the way.
We're gonna have poker night
because Fahad claimed to take all of our money.
He ain't taking anything.
Everything. He's taking every single person's money.
He's not taking.
Just like FanDuel probably took all the money out of this guy's account. It's still there?
You know what's interesting? He's been awfully quiet about that account. He's been awfully quiet the last few days.
I'm checking out my bet with Pratt over here and the guys on the floor because the Lakers last night in overtime beat the Timberwolves because Rudy Gobert's not punching anybody in the face. And then so I'm going to check it out.
What is he doing?
I actually made a mistake in our chat. I said I had the Lakers at 30-1. No, the Laker bet is at 55-1. right there. So I'm going to check
That
out.
is, yeah, I mean, those odds are probably
Yeah, but it
more
doesn't matter.
than
You can't
cut
get
it.
out of it because they're not going to win the championship. So you just have to hope that you can cash
Yeah,
out.
you look for
which
a
was
place
the
that you
whole
can-
point of the bet was to cash out of the bet at some point. Yeah, so right now it's in the money 40%. So it's actually
exactly.
not so bad. I'm going to hold on to that, see if they can get by the first round.
Better chance than the Raptors.
And they're now the 7th team, the Lakers. So
Yeah.
I don't know who came in second. Jazz?
Oh, I have no idea who the
Kings
two
came
seed
in
is.
third.
The Kings
It's
are in
Kings
third.
Warriors. Wow. Is that going to be a
Yeah,
Oh my God.
good series?
yeah, y'all
I
had a
feel
great
like.
season, Sacramento.
Yeah, but I feel like it'll be a good series.
Oh yeah, it'll be a good series. You had a good
Yeah,
season,
the pedigree
Sacramento.
is
It
there
just
the other way.
enjoy a nice young
Look at
up and
Google,
coming
by
team.
the way.
Doesn't matter. You guys, it's not going to happen for you.
I don't know. It depends. Like Draymond, could go nuts to face to somebody, like step over, and then he gets suspended again.
Little kick out the leg.
Little kick
30
out the
on
legs.
GFAI. Am I chasing 30s? Okay, well, I'm going to wet my beak.
Are you gonna wet your beak?
Every now and then you should wet your beak.
You're all
I
about-
should
you're
have
all
done.
about wetting that beak.
Yeah,
I
I should have
noticed.
more than wet the beak there. Never mind. Should have more than wet the beak because you had a chance to get 30s again there. It was breaking, and then it gave you like 30 10s to 30 20s. Should have done more than wet the beak. Yeah, this stock is. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, GFAI? Okay,
Are you
I'm just
wetting
gonna.
your beak again?
I'm
Are
gonna
you wetting
trail
your
it.
beak again, or what?
But I didn't add to it, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Maybe 30. Let me look at the date. No, forget the daily chart. We're in uncharted territory. It doesn't really matter. If it does get to about 32.5, that would make some sense to me. But I'm just gonna lock this one in under 29. If I can find a place to add, it's got to be off the 30 level. So I'm just
I
gonna
need
put
a
a
new
stop
nickname for you
underneath.
because I can't call you Birdman because that's already what's his name from the NBA there. The guy with all the tattoos, Chris Anderson.
Oh
Not
yeah, but
Anderson.
Chris Anderson's not the
Chris
real
Anderson.
bird man.
That's the first person you think of.
He's
No, I think
not the
about,
real bird man.
Young Money.
Come
I
on,
think
yeah,
about-
Young
yeah,
Money.
yeah, yeah. But I mean,
It's the bird man.
yeah, but I'm more like Lil Wayne. I mean, I can't be your son. You know what I'm saying? So we
I
gotta-
can't do that.
gotta figure it out.
You have a mic? There you go.
Sharif's all about.
He's doing the bird call.
I'm about the hot boys. How
doing
about that,
the bird call.
Fahad? You want?
I'm too
you know,
old school
I'm
for
still
those
in the
guys.
NBA mode there. That's why I was talking about Chris Anderson.
Okay,
there,
fair
the
enough.
Birdman. But we got to think about something for wetting the beak for Neil. So you guys maybe will have to think about that one right there. Yeah, of course we know.
I don't
Cash
remember
Money.
where I got that one from.
Juvenile, back that ass up. Come on, that's the jam right there, man. Back that ass up.
Yeah.
Call him a big daddy. When you that up. So there we go. What's up? Yeah, hopefully my kids, still in school. All right. Here we go.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I don't know why they'd be out of school right now. Well, tonight my daughter's out because I got to take her to the thing, but they do violin every day till 5:30.
I was telling Sharif, my daughter, it's super hot, and the AC is never working at her
Look at
gymnastics.
Google.
It is going to be insane there. By the way, 31 has some resistance on this GFAI, so yeah, wetting the beak
Booyah.
might have been good. It did get to 31.5, but there's like way too many sellers on this break, so I'm going to take some profit out here. Okay, so now it's like hold for the home run. So I've got out, I've scalped the trade, we got some 30 10s, and we got some 30 quarters. Essentially 30 quarters, and we've taken some out in front of 31. Now it either gets down beneath and just cannot hold 30 even, or we're going through the moon, break the high of the day, and we get to like 32.5, 33. Probably like I'll just throw an offer at 34.75. I feel like what Luca would do. Just what happened to me on the stock earlier was this, right? Like it's like, okay, when you make the scalp trade, hold the rest for the break of the high, and then just go to the moon. And if you get a chance for a consolidation, again, maybe go into the consolidation long if that sets up, or if it breaks out, I could have held this to there and then got the long back in at 24 even. So look, if it breaks to the downside, it can't be a losing trade at this point, but it has to convincingly break that 30 even, which it might do. It's at 29.90. We'll see if it can hold that 75. I need to get more shares of Intel out because that's starting to curl again. But yeah, I just want to go over that GFAI, acknowledge how good it was. And then there's that birds. I'm not really in. Birds. You have Juvenile up, so you've got my mind. That Bullfrog, I haven't taken a look to see what that's doing, but GFAI, high of the day.
Yeah, here's the album. I just remember this,
Birds.
400 Degrees. This is the album cover right here. This is pretty crazy. These guys are like 16, 17, 18, and Lil Wayne. This goes way back. I don't even know the year of this. I can find that out. I feel like it's like 90s, 97, 98, something like that.
I feel like I was.
Year I was
It's either
born.
last year of high school or was like the first
Yeah, that's
year
what
of
I'm saying. It's
university.
like 98, 99, something like that.
Because I know for a fact,
Man, I
like
just
my
Googled
first
that.
summer of university, when I was in Florida that summer, and I remember like we were banging that on the way to South Beach. We were definitely playing
hot
that
one.
song, so it had to be within the year of that, I would say.
Yeah, so I don't know what's hotter, that album or
Oh my God.
Google again, right there. 104, like rinse and repeat. You want to talk about trade of the day times deuce right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. Thank you very much, man. Come again. We're holding it. We still got half. Well, we just did have half. We just got like this 5 outs. We got another piece out there at 80 when it just ripped up to that spot, or not 80, sorry, 77, whatever that was. So that's a nice out as Google right now at 72. Nicely done on that. We've sort of just let Meta cook. It's not really doing much here. We've already made the downside move. I told you we only have 10% left on this Meta trade as that's cooking right now. And then AMD's 80 cents in the money as well. The thing about AMD is, man, I don't need to get out of the way of this one. The market's retraced back up, but this is still short. So if anything, we could break this right now, a 92.50 coming through on AMD. So that's looking like, man, I'm pretty nervous for the Raptors today, man. I kind of want them to lose.
Oh, no, they're going to win, man. They're going to win tonight. They have no chance going forward.
Oh, do they? We had this question. What's up, Momo and everybody else in the chat? If you lose the play-in game, do you become eligible for the lottery? That was the one
we thought yes.
Question we had.
We thought yes.
I'm thinking yes, but now I'm thinking no all of a sudden because I feel like it's a benefit to be like 7, 8, 9, 10. And then like, how could you finish 7th in the year, lose your games, and then still go into the lottery? I feel like
maybe right.
I feel like it makes sense for the 10th place.
For the 10th place team, it does make sense.
But like, you know.
But if you don't get to play a series,
I feel like DeMar DeRozan's going to go off. He's pissed off at our ridiculous management this year, Messiah Jury and all those guys.
We swept them on the season, though.
Yeah, but this is different, man. This is different.
No, I know playoffs are a different story. I 100% acknowledge that. I feel pretty good.
Wait a minute.
Yes, you were in the lottery.
Oh, yes, you are in the lottery.
You were in the lottery.
Okay, so there is a silver lining for us to signing Jacob Poeltl. We grabbed for a first and a second round pick. Jacob Dan Poeltl, who is a free agent.
He ain't worth that.
Love you, Jacob Poeltl.
He's a good player. He's just not get through the top.
Yeah,
not Jacob Poeltl. GFAI get through the top.
Yeah, hopefully we have a big day today and we can come out strong on that one.
Oh, this is rejecting the high again.
I mean, Google's just ripping. I'm going to take another piece out at 80. Like, there it is again. Nice little win for us on Google as we continue to watch it. What else we need to watch out for here? It is now the Power Hour. So,
yeah, this is it.
Does that mean anything other than that announcement, that bold announcement that is Power Hour right now? But I don't know, man. We're just powering up on Google. Google's another damn winner right now. I was going to say shout out to all the Raptors and the Canadian on the Raptors. Chris Boucher coming through today. Hopefully going to hit some threes there as Prad's excited for James Harden.
How about he dunks on somebody?
And the Philadelphia 76ers will be taking on the Brooklyn Nets as James Harden gets a chance to eliminate his former team.
Which he will do.
Is Ben Simmons playing? There's Prad. What's up, Prad?
How's it going over
there? It'll be cooking for James Harden. Trust on that.
It doesn't matter.
He's going to be throwing up some shots. Joel Embiid is just... That's your winner of the MVP. You can't even really bet on it anymore. I think he's running away with it.
There was a point at which there was a battle, and then over the last month, he just basically
with Jokic?
he ended it in the last month.
If you actually look at the numbers, I think
Jokic's season is still absurd.
No, but even Giannis's, defensive. No,
the problem with Giannis is
you can line up their numbers.
We're too accustomed to his greatness.
I know, and I bet Giannis because I think and this was about a couple weeks ago, and he was like 15-1 or something because. Thinking that Embiid might have said something, like gone off the rails a little bit because the voters don't like that. But is Ben Simmons is playing in China? Oh, okay, so he's not on the Nets anymore? What?
Oh,
that guy had like a bad back, and his back was fine, and then it was bad again, and then he had some emotional distress. But wasn't he with?
I don't know what's up with Ben Simmons, but there's like videos out there. You can watch like YouTube videos of like his passivity. He's so passive on the floor.
Oh, yeah, he had that dunk in the playoffs.
It's gotten a little worse than that.
He passed it. It was last year. It was a couple of years ago.
He doesn't want to shoot.
Signed overseas, yeah.
So just a couple of things here. GFAI failed the high of the day there. I'm not still long the stock. I don't know why that's up. I'm not still long the stock. I got shaken out there. I said if it took out that 29.75, I just get out. It did another wick high at the top. This is a little more bearish, so I'm out of it. I did try to hold on for the home run. Interestingly enough, if I do what I did here, it works. The time I don't, the time you don't hold, it goes. The time you do, it kind of does the stop at the bottom. But you gotta live with your stop and see what happens. I do still want to go coin back into the short trade. it tried to get up to VWAP. That's kind of what I was holding out for. It didn't. So now I have to look for either the 68 break or just short inside of this range. So if it gets up to the half, I'll look to re-enter the Coinbase short. I did get out at 68, played the 70s into 68, looked for the re-entry at VWAP. Even that bounce couldn't quite get you there. Market too weak. I saw people saying Tesla's about to run. Is it though? I don't know, it bounced like 50 cents, and it didn't really get to 180. So I'm not at that point just yet. But I do still think Coinbase can be a short for us there. And by the way, Micron's still a little bit of a dog, still at that low of the day. Softy, we talked about that 285. It looks like it just rolled over. I went over to I went over to GFAI to trade that one and should have just stuck with wait for Softy at 85, right? Like GFAI could have moonshot it. I don't really mind it, but it was at the expense of missing out on Softy here.
Okay, just saying what's up to my wife, who's saying I love you in the chat. I love you as well. Right there, she went to Costco today.
Get them burgers.
Yeah, we went to play it against sports. Got the skates all sharpened up there. And
Play it again.
I don't know what else. But anyways, okay. The thing about Costco is I have the check in my car because they send you money if you spend enough there. You get that 2% back. Okay, but that's Costco, whatever. I don't know what she bought there. All right, let's just go on here. Meta. So Meta's retraced back. So the only thing that keeps on working right now is the AMD short, which just hit 92.50. Where are we in the market? I mean, the market's trying to battle back, but again, we're still below. Like we're below 13,000. That's like these are the numbers. So you broke 13,000 earlier, and we stopped at 12.76, 12.976, and then now we're stopped at 12.830, 12.983. So we're getting a little bit shallower on that, but at the same time, just trying to make its way back. We saw it make its way back. The reason why I like this move, you see, you make the. Let's just call this the day's low. I mean, whether or not it's off by 5 handles, it helps my explanation.
Close enough.
For this. So, right, so let's just say, so basically it makes the day's low, comes back, tests the 50 period, makes the day's low again, and now if you get a test and a break, then I think we want to go long because we've already been down here, found some support, ripped back up, that's 80s up to 20s again. So you bounced off 40 handles, then you came back 40 handles. We bounced off one more time. Now if we can get back up to 1310 or so on the NASDAQ, which we're at 97 now, if we can, now you can't see it. If we can bounce back up, I think we take that, then we'll start igniting some long. So I'm not going to be worried about the shorts yet. We're out of 70% of our Google trade already. It's at highs right now. So I could take another piece out if I really am worried about these futures, but for right now, we're just going to hold out short. I guess the position board will light up once we get back in because I'm still short AMD, I'm still short Google, long Google. But you know what? Here, don't worry about it. I'm just going to ignite this.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm going to take an 84 out right there on Google. So I'm just going to take that out right there just because. So it came up to this level one more time. I still think we can get to 105, so maybe we just gave up 16 cents there as we got an 84, but I'm pretty happy with it. Let's just hold on to everything else.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get work back into Coinbase. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Oh, well, literally a couple of minutes ago. I'm still in Intel long, and look, it gets to 12s and 13s. And I saw someone in the chat when I was getting on the offer, they're saying it's only going 10 cents. They're like, yeah, but I'm waiting at 13. It doesn't want to go there, man. It's just I'm on 15. It won't go to 18 either. So you just got to take what it's going to give you. Eventually, look, if it doesn't go higher from here, it keeps bouncing off the bottom and the market keeps trying to make that low. If the low breaks, even something which has good support is just going to get trounced. And that's what could happen to Intel. We're only at 307. There's plenty of time. Oh, I totally forgot about UPS there. Just a reminder, UPS, they had the news. Negotiations not going well or stall right now. I didn't make a pop back up, so I'm not really seeing a trade. I wanted to short the pop into like above 92s into 93. Looks like it's just rolling to the low of the day. Like everything else, pretty much here. Brendo?
Yeah, including yields, guys. Interesting to see this move in interest rate yields back to the downside with market going back to the downside as well. Dollar also downside. This is what's happening for the 10-year currently. We had the huge spike down on the CPI number this morning. We rally all the way back up, but rolling over right now. So is the 2-year back to 3.3 on the 2-year, 3.13 for the 10-year downside as well.
You know, we didn't talk about that happened today at 10 o'clock, of course, was the Canadian interest rate announcement. Held steady.
Pause.
4.5%. No movement on the Canadian interest rate today. So I know we're talking a little bit about the US dollar here, and he was just talking about rates, but here's the DXY. Again, this is just a minute chart. So I look at this to sort of judge, just to see if anything's going dramatic one way or the other. And right now, it's because I trade a lot of tech names, right? And you can't be into tech names and not really watch the dollar. I mean, we sort of saw there, and again, the relation, when I'm scalping, I don't really say, oh my God, it's bouncing off like, 101.50 right now. Because these are each pennies, right? Like each one, like that's 54, and this move that looks pretty decent all the way down is 49. So it's only a 5-cent move. But I look at it to see like, if you're long, like this is what happened early. Like, if you're long tech names and you're watching the dollar go down, that would make sense. And you may want to hold it until you can find some sort of a level. But for right now, the DXY is in the middle, down 0.64 today as, dollar gets weaker into a better inflation print, which does make sense, although the market is pulling back. We sort of thought that maybe with a better inflation number today that we would have had the market heading to the upside, which it did real early right here. But since then, it's just kind of like down. We wound up getting a little bit back to this 13.1 area, which is right here, but then we've fallen off since then, and it looks like we want to retest the bottoms, and we talked about that, how we want to wait for another breakdown of this 12,973 area, which is the bottom. Looks like we're going to do that now. So remember what I said, you come back in, you test it again. Now, it works both ways. Either you break, now you're going to, if you test this and don't hold, I mean, ultimately,
it's over.
This is going to be 73, but we've already come back here, tested these recent highs, and now it's given up the ghost back up to the downside right now. So, yeah, there it is. Let's just get the rest out. I mean, we still have some Google on board here, and actually, like, look how well Google's holding up. I'm just going to punch out at 71 now. Google actually held up really well. Like, while this market was up here on the NASDAQ, right here at the 50 period, like Google was right here as well. This is just minutes ago. So we actually wound up getting a decent price at 72 there to get out. So far, so good, man. All of our shorts printing. Meta back $2 now back in the money. $1 in the money on AMD. And we said we were not getting out of AMD because it never bounced at all. So hopefully this continues to make a move down and we can just sit on our hands and watch, we always say this, money through the laundromat, because that's sort of
Sneak Attack.
Sneak Attack. That's another old album. Did we ever get one that juvenile album was?
In fact, touch mines and I react like a Rottweiler. That's
Yes,
a joint right there. So I got out of coin in front of 68,
Easy.
got back in at 68.32. So a little bit of an improvement. We got out, got it in the consolidation. The wick top is the reason we liked it. In that consolidation, now we'll look for the absolute bottom. Good thing we got some more out of Intel because, quite frankly, it's headed right back into the low of the day. I don't think I want to go long this again. It would need to maybe break 32. The low is 31.96. We'll probably have to break 32, hold 96, and then reclaim it going into like 330 for me to want to reload this long. It just is not doing enough, right? Like every time I think it's going to give me VWAP, I'm just taking more shares out at 10 to 12. So, quite frankly, working the shorts is just a little bit easier right now. When it's easier, you just go ahead and do it. I just saw that Lucy is back to the high of the day. Wow, Lucy, Lucy didn't have a fantastic session, at least to start things. It gapped down, kind of made some fresh lows, held the higher low from yesterday, now breaking back out. Just remember $5, harsh reversal off of the $5 break in yesterday's trade. The only person who got the perfect out in Lucy yesterday was our man Fahad. So it's on the move back into 5. I'd be a little skeptical that it could carry through. If anything, if it was cheap enough, I'd pay for locates, but I think it's probably too expensive, risk to reward, to pay for locates at this time of the day because you're going to get one shot to trade it. And then if it's like 40 cents and you're shorting, say 50 with a 25 stop, essentially that's like shorting 50 with a 65 stop because you paid 40 cents for the locate. So I'll check just to double check, because if it's 2 cents a share, then I'll just go ahead and pay that. But Lucy, $5, I'd look to fade it if it got there.
Yeah, someone in the chat, can't remember who it was because it was actually a while ago, wondered, because I think when I showed the Tim Hortons there, you guys just Google Trader TV Live. If you want to come and ring the bell, we talk about that all the time. Have people come through, and you may even be able to meet.
Hola, like and subscribe today.
you know, you come through, you can ring the bell. We've had that happen before a couple of times, and it's been really fun. We want to encourage everyone to come through. And then plus also here on the floor, you mentioned that campus thing earlier, but we are always looking to hire more. Well, I'm not looking to hire. Greg and Brankles over there looking to hire more qualified traders to come through. And trust me, qualified trader. Not necessarily qualified to be a manager or anything like that, but to be a trader. Douche. No, we love Greg. Greg's been absolutely fantastic.
We love Greg.
Couldn't have had a better manager. But no, actually, you know what? That's funny because let's talk about that for a second here, because you don't actually, when we talk about being qualified, sort of what I mean by that is, and you know, Mark.
Passion, baby.
Yeah, that's all that is that very few people are going to be able to sit there and say that, you know, that they've traded in this style before for a prop floor or anything like that. I really feel like you just hit the nail on the head. Every single trader here behind us needs to have, and this is when we were hiring, and I know the same way with Greg and Brankles and everybody, is that if you don't love trading, maybe you don't, but you think you may. I think it's definitely worth the opportunity. You want to sit in. These guys are throwing down meetings every single day. And I mean, I think that there's probably not more education in any.
They just did that class on coding.
Even had coding. Yeah, and I said
even did a coding class.
Yeah, I want to do the coding class as well. Learn how to do that. They talk about the API and everything, and I just think it's a great opportunity. So please send your. Well, we actually had the ad at one point, but you can send it to marketing@tradertv.live, and then we'll forward it over to these guys. But it's gregory@something.com.
If you don't love it,
do that, then you'll be able to get in.
If you don't love it, you're not going to put in the screen time to get better.
That's
the problem.
Right, if you're not passionate about something, because it does take 3 to 6 months. Like you gotta build up your account.
Staring at screens.
You gotta look at Obi there. The thing is that if you're not looking at 48 charts, then
He's
I don't
focused,
know what you're
man.
looking at. And so right now, shout out to Obi right there with all the charts in the world. So
he doesn't even turn his head.
No, he doesn't. I mean, Obi professional.
Can you hit the money?
Did you see what Obi was doing on the midday show, man? This guy's getting a lot better. I want to thank Obi for all the work. I believe that's the right email. Brandon@selectvantage.com. Is that? I mean, I'd like to change it to Brankles@selectvantage.com. But I
that is correct.
I do like that one.
Oh, that's your middle name, Brankles? Cool.
Brankle, what is the name? Stugatz? What's his middle name over there?
Is it? You don't care.
No, we don't have to talk about it.
No,
let's not give away. By the way, do you have his social insurance number over there?
Oh, if I did. Apple's at 160? Yes, it is.
Apple bottom jeans or apple bottom stock?
Boots with the fur. No, it's at 160.
Look
and
at
I only know that because I threw a bid out there. I want to say sometime around lunchtime. And it's at 130,
why is
160
this thing
now.
still a bull?
You know what? We were talking about it, and I was like, I turned and I was about to do it, and then we got sidetracked by another conversation. But so Apple's at 160. I left this order in there from earlier today. It's been the support level. If it breaks, we're out. I think I probably even still have my stop. Coin once again is at the low of the day and continue. Well, not the low of the day. Is approaching the low of the day. 67 I want for now. It's Micron that broke the low of the day. This one continues to go. I might just need to try the short off 62 here because I don't think I should have shorted this consolidation. I was waiting for a pop. It never happened. I should be back into this here at 62, 20 or so. So if it gets back above 62, I'll look to re-energize this short like we did over in coin. But that Apple trade, it might not last very long. That 160 level's been good, but in this market with the flush, I'm not sure it's going to hold up. But I have it, so we'll get out if it breaks that 160.
It done been good. I am not going to average back in, by the way, to, you do have to be in, thanks Bears vs. Bulls, that it's no remote trade or anything like that. You do have to be located in at least the GTA and willing to get down here. We are pretty much, we're at Bay and Wellesley. I mean, I just told you guys, just Google Trader TV and you can find out
right in it's easy
where we're at. So,
subway from anywhere. So.
Yeah, subway anyways, if you're interested. And then we had Ryan come through a little bit there. We're going to do some work. We do have a few other offices in the area, so we're just going to wait for some more information, and then we'll start to advertise a little bit more there, some in Mississauga, so on and so forth. And then, anyways, we'll talk about that as everything goes. All right, so, I mean, Meta is doing exactly what we thought it would, and that was give us a little bit of this to end the day here, because Meta just taking out levels, man, and you're still not. I still think we can go lower. Why, the Nasdaq's at the low of the day. Why can't Meta be somewhere near there as well? Well, the answer is it can. So I still think we can get down here. Meta breaking some of these levels. If the real level that I want to wait for is this 213.50 area. Hopefully that can come through for me on Meta. I'd take that and then worry about this 212.50 area. But I just think right into here, 213.50. We got a couple outs there. It did get real aggressive to the downside. We still have AMD, which is now $1.20 in the money and still going lower, possibly bouncing off 92 there as well. So I still feel pretty comfortable with these shorts. But what I'm not redoing is this long. We just smoked this again off the bottom. So, really happy with that trade. And I feel confident in just letting this sort of lie where it is right now, and that's Google. Let's just see if it wants to go back up. We'll take it, but other than that, man, it's 320, and I'm pretty happy with these two shorts, looking for some more.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, I want to get back into my second short, which is Micron. We have the Apple, but it's an even dollar level. It's a good support level. It's been holding pretty much all week, so we'll take a shot at it. But I really do think that if we cannot get back to 13,000, it doesn't really bode well. There's a good question in the chat. I was about to pull up. Never mind. I was gonna pull up race because someone had asked about Ferrari in the chat and opinions on it. Like, I can look at a chart for Ferrari, but we got to do another segment with Randy, because if you want to talk like Volkswagen, Ford, Ferrari, and the auto names, he's your guy to talk to. All I can tell you is this has been an absolute banger. It's right back up toward the top. As a matter of fact, it did actually break very briefly. And I'm looking at it in New York, but understand, of course, that it primarily trades in Milan market. But race, great ticker. I just feel like this is a trend which has been unbroken. And when you're looking at something like this, just respect the trend. Like, look at it bounce off to 50. It's slowing down a little bit here, but until it breaks back down, like, why would you believe anything other than it's a grind higher, probably has to take 65 out for a bit of a reversal. Like, is it that much different from hit enter too fast and now nvidia.ny? There you go, NASDAQ. It's not different from Nvidia. Look, Nvidia could be breaking a trend if it gets back below 260, but a very similar story when Nvidia got to 240. Was it too high then? No, went another $40, and it still hasn't broken that trend to the upside. I could have pulled up the Meta chart there. So race, very, very similar. Just note, obviously, I showed it in New York, but that trades over in Milan primarily. Come on, give me some Micron. The market does not want to give an entry to Micron, apparently. I'm not going to get this short unless I chase it.
What's up, Daryl Flinch and everybody there in the chat? Yeah, look, I don't know. You're holding a small piece of Meta as well. I mean, I wish, when you don't have that crystal ball action there, right? I mean, I can't predict that we're going to bounce off this or that we're not going to hold 216. We actually bounced off it a little time. I mean, we're short at 217, right? So it's fine. But it's just like all this bouncing off action there. We held too many bottoms there at 216, and it was a pretty key in the NASDAQ. Like we said, that was just before Fed minutes. Then when the Fed minutes came out, it's been sort of collapsing to the downside. So it's been a good trade. Although we're right into here again. Like, are we bouncing off 214? I almost feel like we should take this out, man. At some point, it's going to get to that level, right? Where you're like, okay, where do we want to get this piece out? And it's just like, I don't want to get it back out up here, but if we break higher, then I'm going to really forego all that. I think I'm going to take a 214, so I'm just talking myself into this. I don't mind that fill down there at 214. If we can get that, I said that I'd be really happy with the 213.50 right into here. So if we can get that and we just kind of flushed it. We still have our AMD short, which has really been working. That bounced also off 92, so maybe I want to try to hold one of them, and I don't want to hold the wrong one. It might not matter if the market rips up. We still have Google long, which is fine. We actually have the same amount of shares in all of these pieces. So let's just see right there. Yeah, I'm going to put a 214. I don't know. Am I on Meta? Maybe. Well, I don't know. Think about putting 214, but I'm going to put it on Meta. If we get it, we get it. If not, we have that AMD short still on as well. So if we get that, then we'll hold our AMD. And then we have the Meta, the Google long. So I'm going to put a 214, but maybe we get it on Meta. We'll end the trade. It'll be $3 in the money. So we'll take that. 214's the closeout for Meta for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking I should have just closed out on coin. There was a big volume spike just now. I didn't see it anywhere else. I mean, there's a couple of volume spikes that aren't that big. I mean, Apple, it's trying to bounce, but it's not doing big volume. But you had this. Oh, you can't see volume. I got to do this so you. But yeah, you guys can see that now. So big volume spike at the bottom on coin. I was like 20 cents beneath it. I'm looking to reload it still at that 68 half range, and then try to get back in and then work it to the lows. But we're running out of time. Like if it doesn't get there soon, then I have to consider where am I just getting out of the next piece. I could have just loaded more shares of Intel because it seems like it wants to hold the bottom. It almost feels like that 32 is stronger than the Apple 160. At least the way that it's trading, and maybe I should be respecting that. But Apple, I just tried to get more underneath that 160.10, and it made a bounce to the upside. I got 30s as an entry price, and I really only want tighter into that 10 level for that even fill if we can catch it. Oh, there was something else. It was Tesla. That's what it was. A couple people were asking about Tesla. 180. It got really, really close to 180. I mean, I got into Apple, obviously. I guess I could have that long too. Having 3 longs off the lows on this day to end the day doesn't feel right. So I don't know that I'll take the 180 long on Tesla unless something changes drastically here. But it did bounce close enough and give you like 50 cents if you like that. But it's kind of turning right here. Didn't even get to 181, man. Like this isn't even very strong. Micron's now above 62. Come on, just go another 10, 15 pennies. I can get that short. Probably the last short I get of the day that's not Coinbase would probably be Micron here. I think that's going to be our only chance above these 62 fills.
I like that. Just an update here as Greg just messaged me. Remember, it's Brandon at selectvantage.com. Brandon, not Brendan, at selectvantage.com. And they are doing, oh man, I'm going to cancel. Ooh, I was going to cancel this meta. I still am. They are doing another class starting May 8th. So they're pretty full, but if you guys can get your resumes in, they'll give you guys a call back. It's Brandon. If you have that graphic one more time, maybe we can throw that up, Mahad or Fahad or whoever's over there for that. But that's it. Thanks, Greg, for updating that. And May 8th. So anybody looking for a summertime sort of
summertime
job, I guess, or do you want to sit here and trade a little bit with the boys in the back and us here? And unfortunately, you're gonna have to
good learning
listen
experience
to us unless you have those earmuffs. That you want to put on, but yeah, so they can use more.
Or headphones if you're.
There you go. Yeah, whatever you want to do. Right there, earmuffs. You know how you have your kids.
No, I know it's.
Yeah, and you go earmuffs.
What's that?
They got to put them on there.
The movie. I mean, it's killing me now. Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Luke
it's
Wilson
gonna be like one of those Seth Rogen ones where they're swearing and there's kids everywhere. I think they say ear. I think one of the ones is
Old School. That's the one.
Yeah, that's earmuffs. That's an earmuffs one too.
Yeah.
And then what's the one where he has a kid? Seth Rogen has a kid outside of.
Oh, the one with
It's one of the
the
first
horrible
ones.
Grey's Anatomy actress. Oh,
Yes. And no, Bad Neighbors. You know what I really like?
Knocked Up. That's it.
Knocked Up. That's what it is.
I have
one
no
of my
idea-
favorite
what's that
movies of all
actress's
time
name?
in that genre, and I just can't wait till my kids are older because the language is so bad, man. Is Step Brothers. That is like the baddest ass movie.
That is
around,
That
man.
is low. That's
When
low
you have like
key
45-year-olds
fire.
battling like that,
That is a
it's
fire
just,
movie.
It's so much fire. I love that movie. If you guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it anyways. But Step
What's that
Brothers.
guy's name then? Because he's in Talladega Nights too.
Yes,
He's so underrated. Yo, Apple just broke the low. I reverse short. I don't know if I
I don't
want
even
to.
want to look it up, man.
I'm trying. What's his name
How do we
again?
not know what that guy's
And he
name
plays
is?
Cal
This is-
Naughton
honestly,
in.
I can't. I have
Apple
to-
broke 160,
have to
so
look at the
it's
chat.
like out of the long, into the short,
Brendan,
immediately
that's
started
funny.
to go
That's
to the
his name in the
downside.
movie.
What the hell is his name?
Yeah,
It's,
there it is. I just saw it. It's so stupid that we don't.
No,
know. I'll
I
give you a
don't
chance
want to look up. No, I don't
know,
want to look up.
either,
I'm
but
keeping my head down. I'm focusing on Apple in the reverse. I got
Once
my
you hear
Micron
it, dude,
short.
You're gonna be like,
It's gonna bug the crap out of me. Okay, I give up.
oh, be quiet in the back.
Oh, John C. Riley. Oh,
Someone
come
just
on,
blew it for us.
man.
Ty. Is that who that was?
No, I gave up anyways. It just.
Oh, Spencer. Of
course, Spencer.
Okay, Spencer. I see. The reason why, because we got revenge. Dish Spencer of coal.
It is. Don't worry
We
about
love
it.
Spencer, though.
We love Spencer. We'll get you back.
John C. Riley, good one there. But that's a great
I
movie.
shoulda got
That's
that.
a great
It's a
movie.
great
That's one of my favorite movies.
He's really funny, man.
Oh,
Like,
he's
dude-
super funny.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Because you don't know whether to take those guys serious or not all the time. And he kind of has that look, but that's the best part of that movie, man, is like when there's so many good parts, but there's one where they're in the bunk beds and the bunk bed falls on the guy. It's just, there's so many stupid parts, or they basically go around like destroying each other in the house when the dad is gone. It's so stupid.
I gotta watch that. I need to watch that again.
We watched it again a while ago, and I was just like, man, this movie, I cannot wait for my kids to be of age to watch that, but
Yeah, it'll be a while before my daughter's allowed to watch that. That's for damn sure.
Wow.
See, she's 6. That's just literally, it's just not.
I mean, I think it's literally rated R.
oh, for
So I think
for
you got to
damn
be
sure.
at least 11 to watch.
Maybe my nephew soon.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you know what? Nowadays, man, like my kids have access to everything. Like
Yeah,
they have
come on, what difference
Netflix
does it
and
matter, man?
Crave and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure.
I heard worse stuff at like family dinners, man. West Indians love to talk a lot of nonsense, so
You probably
it's
didn't
like,
hear worse
It's like
stuff.
no, look, it's like, oh, you can't watch this movie? Yeah, but I've been at the dinner table with my uncles, and it's like, really?
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
going to let me watch a rated R film, but I got to hear you guys argue. Oh, go to the barber shop?
Yeah. Oh wow.
I mean, come on, son. Like the amount of cursing that happens when
A
they start talking
barber
about
shop?
like cricket and West Indian politics, and it's just like they're just like, come on, son. Like
Yeah.
you hear all of it, so it doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, you're gonna grow up at some point. And if it is worse things than a John C. Reilly film, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The shorts are now working. Oh, that's right. They were always
Trade balance
working.
is not out. We'll get the early balance.
In 1 minute, we're going to get it. I did not reload on Intel, but this is the perfect opportunity to get more out of it because, quite frankly, everything is a short until it is not. So if I can get Intel in front of 10s, I'll just go ahead and take it. Just to update you guys, while we're joking about it, reloaded on some Micron. It's back below the low of the day. I think this is going to be it, like a reversed Apple underneath that 160. Still have Coinbase short and got Micron. This will be it till the end of the day. I will not go long again on Well, I shouldn't say that. I probably will not go long again on Intel unless something drastic happens. You never really know. We'll get the early look in a few seconds. If it's gigantic to the buy side, then that could possibly change things, but I'm not really seeing that happening.
So we did cancel our meta, which seems to be maybe a bad idea. It bounced off 214 again right there. So we're going to get this number in a little bit. You know, if it's significantly red, then I'll deal with it at that point. But right now we're just waiting for Brendan to bring it to us. And it gets updated by Financial Juice. It has nothing to do with us. We're not affiliated with them. We just simply read the number. Brendan has Mr. Tony Knack, who's been on our show a couple of times. I don't actually know if he's the one that disseminates the information, but that's where we get it from. You can look it up completely free, Financial Juice, or just stay with us, and then when I get it, I'll tell it to you. And it is 538 million to sell. Okay, so we'll hold on to this. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect it immediately or anything like that, but at 350, when these imbalances do come out, we do obviously expect something to come through. So that's what that number is all of the time at 350. When we're like, okay, we're waiting for the imbalances, we're going to see that come out. But right now it's 538 to sell. And, Meta is still bouncing off 214. So I don't know. I'm thinking about just putting a bid down there and letting it go because I should have got it already. We'd be out, and I'd be like, oh, look how smart I was. Got out at 214, saved ourselves 40 cents. But I'm going to do that now anyways and get out at 214, put a bid down there. If the market continues to crack,
This is a good bounce.
We still do have AMD. And by the way, we talked about McDonald's. That's one of 5 names today making 52-week highs, including Race.
Yeah, so look for the relative strength on a day like today because you get an obvious sign of what is strong and what is weak on a day like today. I don't like that Apple. Like Apple actually, initial gut was that 160 would hold, so I got out of the 160, reverse short, scalped some out, and now I just won out of the trade. I'm actually thinking about whether I want to jam into the long at this point because I like that kind of over-under or under-over in this particular case, I guess, right? Like it went under, and then you kind of top, wick tops, we like to go short. When you get wick bottoms, you like to go long, and that's kind of what I see here. I'll hold on to a Coinbase for sure. That's still in the money. Maybe I don't want to reload that one, but it's a small sell imbalance at this particular point. GFAI, Bipper, I actually have not. You knew it was at the high of the day when you asked me that question, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You knew that this was at the high of the day. What an congratulations. Just tell me that you're frustrated with a stock that you're up on. It's just every time I get in, the way that I normally play these, it just feels like you just have to trade it a different way. So I'm used to give it the consolidation, if it breaks a stop, and then walk away from it. But the real answer has been go right back to it. Like go right back to the same level or the next consolidation. You get stopped out, it holds, go right back to it and enter back in here. So you don't want to give up on these. A lot of times when you're focusing on big cap, you'll go into like a small cap, take a shot at that trade and come back. At the shot play, you're in, you're out, go back to what you're focusing on. With these, you really got to just kind of stick with it. If you stick with just this name, you're probably right back in here at 30, and then congrats if that's what you were doing. So it was the right level, it was the right entry point, just my focus was elsewhere. And quite frankly, I don't mind it. The shorts were fantastic, but you want the home runs on these, focus on those. That's my advice to you. That's not what I did, and that's why I'm out of this one and not still and, $3 in the money on it because I went away from it to trade big cap. And if you guys stick with it, then you got the 10% winner like you should. So congratulations to you guys. I know you got it. Brendan's got a crypto update for us, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, downside for equities, downside for crypto markets as we look to end off the equity session anyway. All focus, however, still on this Ethereum upgrade due at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're supposed to get this upgrade to come through for Ethereum, which will unlock 30 billion in additional crypto tokens for ETH. So interesting. Lots of talk out throughout this entire week on this, but 6:30 tonight, supposed to come into effect. So there it is. Downside, as I mentioned, after the CPI pop that we had earlier, is an hourly chart. So big move up to recent highs, and then we're kind of rolling over here into the end of the day. Same story for Bitcoin. Yeah, we broke 30,000 once again, unable to hold on to that to end off the equity session anyways. 29,876 currently, 1899. Just broke 1,900 back above. 0.45 there for Ethereum. Guys, back to you.
So I mean, I hope that can unlock some of those coins and magically appear in my account. So hopefully they can unlock them, and then they will put them into the rightful home, my account, and we'll take some of those. Imagine you just you log in and you see 100 tokens there or something. It's like, what? I don't know. Maybe, I guess, people for FTX, maybe today they unleashed 7.1 billion of new assets. Hopefully that if you were, I mean, maybe, I don't know how that works. I'm not an FTX customer. I don't know if you just can magically log back in. I feel like they probably shut it all down, and then it's probably with the lawyers, and then they'll figure it all out as that goes.
We do know somebody. We could ask.
Yeah,
we could ask them.
Yeah, we could. I think it's always a slippery slope because
it's a
tell you, I wasn't able to get it out. I just lost.
It's a sore spot for anybody.
Yeah, but
it just sucks,
just said, and you reminded me. I don't know how the likes were going with you and Arun were here, but we have 785 right now on the like count. So let's hit that like button right now if we can and get that turned around.
What made it work? What made it work is that Arun would never actually hit the like himself.
Okay. Oh, I saw that.
And I'm like, really?
So then all of a sudden, what was that all about?
Because it's like he did the call, and I'm like, you didn't even do it yourself. And then all of a sudden it went up 500. So I think he was just playing with everybody. But I like this one. Let's do this.
Take this opportunity to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You won't be disappointed. There's lots of bangs. there's that one.
It's this one. The one I like bad. Is this.
Someone lost 2 Bitcoin. That sucks. Yes, the Prad one.
Yeah.
Done. Like that. Yeah, so let's get that wrapped up there. If we can get to 1,000, that'd be pretty nice. Hit the like button if you can.
Yes, sir.
Almost 4,000 watching. The numbers I've been a little slow. I feel like the weather's getting better.
Holiday
it's summertime right now. Long week.
Everyone was waiting for today.
Baseball back. Everybody's at the Rogers.
Yeah, that's
Center.
why they're excited.
That's
I appreciate you saying that.
The NFL draft is coming up, so people are more focused on that. NBA playoffs. And the market's kind of in sleeping mode a little bit right now, though we had some good numbers today come through and a little bit of action, needless to say, as the market just keeps on coming down. It's always easier to hit the like button when you're making money, and when the markets crash down like this, I wonder if that's caused some pain in some accounts. But hey, if you're short like us, you're doing pretty good. Your Meta's still up on the day.
I saw someone in the chat, and I saw a couple of people in the chat saying, I want to learn to short trade because on days like today, what are you supposed to do? I can show you the Micron chart, which I've shown you a million times because I've been trading it. But you look what the Qs are doing on a 15-minute. And I look at my black charts up. That's what I use. We show you guys white charts in the show. But it's lower highs. If you're not working shorts, false break at the top, consolidation shorts. And we look at the equity, and that's what we primarily trade. But same setups everywhere. Another consolidation lower high, rolling over, and now breaking channels to the bottom, which is at the end of the day there. You can have longs that work. You can be up if you catch bottoms. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's impossible to do so, but here's an example. I'll give you the perfect example because I'll shoot myself in the foot by showing you the perfect example. So Intel bounced off 32 quarter. Good. Bounced off 32.20. Okay, fine, another long. Stop out there, so we're 2 for 3. And then we go long off the bottom, back into view up. Fine, another couple longs, scalp it out. You can make money doing that, but last I checked, or you could just short every single one of these pops and make more. That, it's just true. You're way better off shorting these pops, even though that's not what I did today. You know it's right. That's just how it is. Like, let's look at Tesla. I don't care what you look at. Like, you could have made money if you picked every single bottom on Tesla. If you like the 181, great. If you like the 180 here, if you like 187, but if you shorted it, you just did better. So, you want to find a way to flip it. Like, say, okay, well, instead of looking at the key levels for support, how could I have played that support level to find a short entry? Like, things like that. So that's what we try to do every single day for you guys.
You've done good buying dips. Yeah, I mean, there's always opportunities every day.
Yeah, I mean, there's always
in the market. You just got to trade the right names as I look to see what other names we possibly could trade here. So, all right. The only stock that we're red on right now is Amazon, and this was a name that normally we do really well on. We actually started the day short here at 100. Funny that now it's at 98 and it's an L, but that happens. It broke back up above 100, and I was like, okay, now we're going to go long. We went long there. That was wrong, and then out again. So we threw away about like 50 cents here, making I think like 25-cent hits twice the wrong way both times, like short and out and then long and then out somewhere in here, I guess right there, I guess was the last out. That was an in and out there because we had a bid at the bottom of the day and we didn't have any shares when it came through. So then we didn't see the high. And Neil was just talking about staying on names, like that's where that GFAI is. And by the way, I want to talk about Eli Lilly. I don't even own that much healthcare, but then I saw today that Boston Scientific is at 52-week highs. So is AstraZeneca. So I instantly went to AbbVie, and then because that's a name that I own, and that's really rocking. And then I went over to Eli Lilly thinking, because I was like, it's a New York name. I said like Eli Lilly's got really destroyed over the last month, and I was like, this has been a really bad name. Let me check in on it. And then, to my surprise, Eli Lilly, beginning of March, like
it's been great.
308, like it got absolutely destroyed from its highs. Like it was 375 and rocking. I was like, yeah, like I'm so smart, being so diversified. Thank God. Like all my other names, like the cannabis names, forget about it. Those are.
Oh yeah, where's Tilray today? I meant to look
oh yeah,
at that.
Tilray. Well, we're still waiting for that bill to pass, as if.
Well, they had the deal.
That's ever gonna. Yeah, they bought Hexo. What a waste of money that was. But 375. No wonder the stock goes down. Yeah, that's a smart move. Like let's spend more money on other companies that aren't making.
Oh, that
any
was a
money,
good short today.
Right there. So yeah, shout out to Tilray. Hopefully that gets all sorted out. I mean, I'm a shareholder. It's just, there's another slap. Right there. But anyways, what I was getting at here with Eli Lilly, all the way back to the top, like instead of buying like stupid drug companies, just buy good ones. Eli Lilly, huge move to the upside there. If you're buying marijuana companies, just planting a seed in your own damn backyard and grow your own. Here you can do 4 plants or something per person per household. Like, it's something ridiculous. And then the minute we had, when I should have got out of them all, we had some dude on, and maybe there's no way Brendan remembers the name of the company unless he does. But there was some guy that came on from Colombia. Remember the guy? And he goes.
I almost choked because I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know if he's putting yayo in that stuff or not, but he's from Colombia. And he goes, they're growing this stuff at it was like 30 cents an ounce or something.
Yeah, it was
like
something
that.
ridiculous.
Something ridiculously low,
yeah.
Because he talked about even at the dead of night, it's still warmer there than it is in California or especially up here in Canada.
Like game over.
Yeah, so I was just like, what? And then they could transfer it up here. Obviously, they got to pay taxes and all that kind of stuff. But to me, that was sort of the beginning of the end when I figured out that. And then now, of course, our legal market is just flooded. I think I heard when I was reading about that Tilray, there's something over I don't know, it's 200 or 300 LPs that are actually making and growing right now, and that's just consolidation has to happen. So I guess that's what Tilray's trying to do.
But I'm only mad because it was really, really easy to trade this today. If you traded Tilray, it's not that complicated.
You got short?
No, seriously, literally just do exactly what it gave you yesterday. Sometimes, and someone in the chat said, look, it's hindsight looking at this, but we talked about this with Tupperware and that KAL stock, where it was the same pattern 2 days in a row, so you just shorted it and made 15 to 20%. If it works, just do it, right? Look what happens. So you have the breakout, earnings, blah, 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 deal. It gets punked, 260 top to a 245 bottom yesterday. What happened today? It opened at 8:30 when everyone went to the upside. It went to 260, same top, same bottom. I don't know. If it's a trend reversal and it shows you the resistance level, if it was a big cap tech name, if Microsoft did this, when we're day trading, would we not short Microsoft on the top if it did the same thing? Of course we would. So you don't do it to Tilray? Like Tilray, whose daily chart looks like this, you wouldn't make that same short trade because it's only 15, 20 cents of a move. Who cares? Percentage-wise, it's great, and the volume's 8 million shares, so it's not really all that bad. Anyways, that's just me waxing poetic about that, because when you see a name that has a catalyst and has a trend and there's an opportunity to trade it, and I didn't even look at it. I looked at it yesterday, didn't look at it today. It kind of sucks. We have 7 minutes to imbalances, 6.5 actually. I'm back at the low of the day of Micron, and then if it breaks the low, I want to hold to the imbalances. I didn't get the reload on Coinbase because it never really got up high enough, so I'm just kind of holding out for 67s. Intel somehow has not stopped out through the low of the day. Good for you, Intel. It's also not moving either. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's like doing nothing.
I told you, this is the AMC of today, because all afternoon, 32 to 32.10. AMC yesterday was 550 to 560 for the entire afternoon. I know, because I was sitting in it.
Yeah.
What is
AMC of chip names.
Ooh, what the heck happened to AMC?
Intel.
When did this happen?
Well, you tell me what's going on. What's
No,
going on?
I mean, AMC was literally doing nothing all
Now
day
it's back
long.
to 5 flat,
and it
or-
just flushed. Wow, that's okay. So it's back underneath that 550 AMC, by the way. I thought it was doing the same thing as yesterday, just going 550 to 560 and not really moving. Nope, even AMC gave it up today. So, yikes. Stung, turned red on the day. It really didn't move yesterday, and now it's giving it back up. This could be a retest of $5 tomorrow. I'm going to look out for that tomorrow.
Branko's getting some emails for the job application, so thank you everybody for
Booyah.
that one. Thank you for applying, and again, they'll explain everything, get them in. Whenever we have that graphic, we can just put it up basically at any time, but we don't have to if it's a problem. But it's Brandon at selectvantage.com if you are interested. May 8th is the big day for the starting a new class. So you got to
be May 4th.
There it is, right there. May the 4th be with you on selectvantage.com. Brandon at selectvantage.com. Thanks, Brankles, for that. Thanks, guys, for throwing that up. If you are interested in joining the floor behind us, you see we have an open desk there. Obi's right there. No, you can't take his desk. I like the sticky notes, Obi. That's a good one.
Fuji water?
There he is. There he is. Okay, he's discussing. He's discussing other ideas over there. Yeah.
Oh, you just didn't want to be on camera? What, you're shy now? No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's with Wayne over there.
Yeah, Wayne.
You can meet Wayne if you apply.
Wayne has appeared very briefly on the
Wayne has appeared
on the broadcast. He
at
appeared
one
on,
point.
he appeared on the trade of the day, or at least the top of his head did for like a
Yes,
split second.
yes. He bailed hard. Like, you know what? Like, he bailed on purpose there. He was like, oh, crap, I'm in the way.
Yeah.
If I ever did that, I'm probably not getting up. Like, I'm just, like,
He's
lying on the
young.
ground.
He's young.
You're calling the med. Like, it's like I watch these kids play hockey, and I'm just like, man, damn. Like, if I ever fell like that, they just fall and get right back up.
That'd be nice.
Like, I fall down like that, you're going to have to call
little
somebody.
hip injury.
Hip injury.
Steve G,
yeah,
they're
for
not
sure.
playing Galaga. Come on.
Are they?
No.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love that joke. It's a good one, but no, they're not. They're not. Is there an office in Calgary? We can find out.
Just go to DTTW.
Yeah, if you go to daytradetheworld.com, you can inquire there. I don't know. We used to have. I used to know where most offices are. I
And
don't
if
really.
there's not,
Then you can
may
always
open one.
You can always open an
yourself.
office.
And that's another opportunity as well. If you're looking to open up a small business, you can, of course, do that with Day Trade the World and be the manager of your own prop
Which we
flow.
did.
So, which we've done, and I think
we've
that's
done.
a great opportunity to do that. It's Day Trade the World, the leading prop firm in the world.
It is.
Unfortunately,
Hundreds of offices.
not able to operate in the U.S. So, all right, let's move
I was
off
about
of
to
that
say,
one
yeah.
right there. Call the ambulant. Yeah, ambulant. Yeah, maybe that's what I need. The ambulance, probably right there. All right, so yeah, check that out with Day
Ambulant?
Trade the World for sure if you get a chance to. It's 347 right now. And what I did want to get to, we did talk a little bit about marijuana stocks. GRWG, Grow Generation Brands, was a name that I was able to make some decent money off and then got out of it. Thank God. I didn't even realize the price. I bought this one when Kamala Harris started talking about, I mean, is she's still alive? Everything good with Kamala? I haven't seen her in a bit. But they were talking about legalization way back in the day. And I thought that Grow Generation Brands, because of that exact reason, they were sort of known as like the Home Depot of marijuana accessories, kind of with the hydroponics and all that kind of stuff. So I just sort of felt like, and I think like, I don't know, was it New Jersey or somebody, one of the recent, oh, now you can't really see it, but, recently passed that, yeah, you can grow. I think there's a lot of at-home growing yourself. So, like, down to $3, look at this, pop to $8. I just think there's more in this. I don't know why we're so bad here. We'll have to find out what their last couple of earnings are. I didn't even realize it was down this low, but this would be a little bit of a better name. Therefore, you're still in the space, but you're not with the growers themselves, because I just don't think. Did the market just dance there a little bit?
Well, we have 2 minutes to the imbalance. That's a
Okay.
little early for a move, though. It did just kind of, like, we were kind of bouncing a little bit, and then we kind of did like a 5-handle pullback on the NASDAQ. It's not a huge move. I only know because I just got a reload in Micron, and it just kind of flushed down 10 cents. I mean, Coinbase flushed down like 15 cents and was at the same time. Intel's about to stop out. But in 90 seconds, we are going to get those imbalances. It was and still is, unless there's an update, 538 million to sell is what we got from Brendan and Financial Juice. Just making sure. Okay, I have my Intel stopping. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, Intel's probably going to break that low. It's a good thing I didn't reload this, but the short's good, long's bad. I still only have one left. I don't think I'm going to have another one. I'm not going to get into that one. New York Jets. Oh, the golden ratio. We're talking Adam Collider talking math and Fibonacci in the golden ratio. I like
Pass.
that. Look, it's trading indicators or whatever happens to work for you.
Ooh, the Fibonacci's, they used to show up on Microsoft.
Is it still there?
If it is,
If it's there, that's amazing.
I haven't looked at it today.
Whose chart? No, it's not there. Never mind. So Sean drew some Fibonacci's one time on his chart like weeks ago, and then it just kept on showing up on his Microsoft chart.
It's not there anymore.
Just with like when you
They
wanted to
probably
say
are there. It's Microsoft's way off the price. So once it gets to that price, whatever.
Maybe.
It was. All right, market's coming in a little bit here.
Yeah, the
Trying to
shorts
take
are coming
out some
back
of those
here.
lows one more time.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. Yeah, let's start talking about this. So Google. So we're still holding Google. We're still holding Meta. I think we talked a little bit about why we're doing that. And the thing is like I'm not, once again, not convinced that either one of these. Any of these trades are going to work, but we should have just done this. We should have got out. It's easy to look at it again. I was thinking, honestly, if we got to 105, but we got to 104.90 as I'm sitting here and we're talking about all this other random stuff. That should have been an out right there. So we should have respected that and got out. Honestly, at that level, we didn't. So that's definitely a mistake right there, as we're going to put an offer right now for Google at 104.90. We are bidding Meta down here. It just dipped down to, that dipped to 24 there. Oh, shit.
Imbalances are out.
Imbalances are out. Didn't even notice that. Okay, so here's the imbalances right now.
Nothing?
I have them up here if you want to stay with me for a minute as I'm trying to sort them. I didn't even realize the imbalances were out completely my fault.
I don't see
there.
any big names.
Mullen, PG, I don't see anything either. Brendan, what? Okay,
How?
$2 billion to sell?
Where?
I don't
see anything.
Yeah, I don't
Microsoft is 400,000 to sell. 400.
Still, $2
Amazon's 350,000. Those are. Look, I'm happy if it's sell side
Intel's a
because
bid.
we're short. Intel's a small buy, but then Intel always pairs off. 600,000 is not a lot for Intel. And it's a $30 stock, right?
Where'd that come from?
And it's paired off, 3 million paired off. It's not even moving right now. It's still holding 32. It got to 99, no real prints beneath it, and then it hasn't really done anything. I might just take this opportunity on the next pop to get out, but. Yeah, I don't see where $2 billion's coming from looking at these. Mullen, GM's 1.5 to sell. That's probably the biggest name out there that's got an imbalance. But Amazon's now 500,000, so that just crept up. 500,000 to sell on Amazon. I mean, Microsoft is the most significant. 500,000 on them because they're a $280 stock. It's the biggest notional value. I give up. I'm just getting out of Intel. I don't believe in that long at all. I'm sitting here like I'll hold out for 5 more cents. No, forget about it. I'm just really shocked by that $2 billion to sell imbalance. Microsoft not really even moving here on that. So the biggest sell imbalance of the big tech actually bounced like 20, 30 cents off that. It didn't even go to the downside.
No, that's so. Anyways, it's 351 right now. So what Neil and I are talking about here, of course, is the market on close. I know Arun does a job of this as well. These are all orders that are going to have to get executed at the close. So when you're seeing like a big buy, like on Palantir here, you want to relate it to the market. So it's done 25 million shares, Palantir, today, right? So, oh, by the way, we're going to get out of our Google in a minute because it's trying to go back up to the upside. So when you see a bid right there of 700,000 into 25 million, you're not going to get a huge bump. Like if this stock only did 1 million shares and it had a 700,000 closing print, then you would have seen a little bit more of a sticky number there. But the fact that it's still staying here means that it probably just gets printed right here, right now. So that's kind of what you're looking for. There's Apple. I mean, some of these names are a sell that maybe we missed. Apple breaking 160 is super interesting to me because we broke it down to 159. This is the long that we had earlier, and we almost did Apple as a trade of the day. Apple was a great one. There's 167. 270. We waited for it to come into the pre-market level, hit that long. Then we hit it again, and it didn't work. So we got out there for the same, roughly the same hit. We would have taken a hit because we wouldn't have got out of it all right there. So that was a hit. But then we didn't take it again. And it's a good thing we didn't because we did break that 160. This is definitely on sticky note radar for tomorrow. 160 on Apple. You got to like that level. We've reached it before, and that started cascading to the downside. So in what could be a free fall Thursday tomorrow, as we start this week off, obviously shortened week.
See.
We'll see tomorrow. I'm not.
Oh, where's Momo at? Oh, never mind.
Look, not only that, but the fact is that we got a better number today, and we're going to finish on the lows.
True. I just said where's Momo because I took a peek at Ford and GM, and that over under on Ford, that 200 period moving average 13 over under, it just failed it today. So again, gets to the 200 period, starts coming back in. Look, why was I not short this? This is literally the short we had yesterday in Ford. So why did I talk myself out of this? Because I know I was looking at this morning, but that was the short. We're looking for the fall through. It happens today. We've been talking about this since last week, and Randy was even bringing this one up. So Ford maybe on the way back to that 11 that we always seem to get to every single time. Anyways, we're at 34, so 6 minutes to go. A lot of times you can get a bit of a pairing off event on the imbalances and a market turn at 355. I have a trailing stop in here. I'm just crossing up to there. Micron's short off the low of the day, so it's a scalp trade. We didn't really get back in off of that 62.70 or VWAP, so we just kind of re-entered on the bottom end of the range. Coinbase is still holding beneath 68, so that's going to be okay. I'm bidding down at 67 even. That's too aggressive this late in the day. We can get rid of all of that. So if it breaks back above 68, I'm out. Otherwise, let's just shoot for 67.5. That's a little bit more reasonable. I thought we could see 67 even, and it's probably lazy analysis because it was shorting first. You had the 70 short, then it kind of consolidated beneath 69, and then you take that at 68, you think you're getting 67. That's lazy analysis. 67.5 is obviously support on Coinbase here.
All right. Just a quick update here. We are going to get out of AMD if it breaks that high rate there of 92.70. If AMD breaks that, we're going to get out. Otherwise, we're going to let this one dip down a little bit as well. Unbelievable that we missed. We were waiting for Google at 90. It went to 90 and stopped. Like, I can't make that stuff up right there. We were waiting there. So then I put it down to Eric Lindros, 88, and it's not coming through again. But that's fine because what's really coming down is AMD coming back into this level. It's not at 355 right now. So let's see. The market's at the bottom of the day now, and we're just going to put some low bids. 92.20 here for AMD. Let's just do that right now. If we can get it, we'll take it. 92.20 for AMD. I'm going to wait. Let's wait at 25 to cap off this huge move for me on AMD to the downside. Man, we're $1. If we can get it, we'll be $1.20. So we're short at 93.40. So we're going to watch out for that. Google, whatever, man. We've already got out of Google. I wish that we'd got out at the top. We were holding our last 10%. That would have looked awesome up there, but we don't have it, so that is fine. Look what just happened to Meta. Holy shit right there. Let's go. I was at the Canada game tomorrow. They're in the quarterfinals. Shout out to the Canadian women's team. Fantastic there. Look at that move on Meta. Like, you want to talk about having something, look at, hold it all the way to the bottom. I have no idea why Meta just flushed, obviously the imbalances, but that was a huge move down. Was not expecting that. We just get out of our Meta there to end that trade. So that's a good one. Google's in trouble a little bit, but not in trouble, but here comes AMD. Hopefully that can come down as well, but so far so good on all these plays, man. It's 9:56. What's up? No, 3:56 right now as we get ready for the Raptors. We get ready for another big sports day here. The Jays looking to go to 8-4. Raptors looking to make some damage as well today, going into play Atlanta tomorrow.
It's
if they can win that. And it's Vladimir Guerrero bobblehead day today, which is a joke if you ask me, because 15,000 fans. Give me a break, TD Bank. Maybe wait a second. I love TD Bank, but
we love you, TD.
They should 15,000 bobbleheads. Probably cost $3 to make each one. Guys,
I told you what I do.
Just make 50,000 of those. What is sellout now anyways at Rogers Center? It must have been there yesterday. Did you see it?
I didn't actually see the number that they put up, to be honest. I don't know the exact number for the sellout.
I hate that. I don't know why these corporations do that.
And you know what's crazy about it too? What they offer to season ticket holders is that you don't You don't even have to line up. You can get every single one of the free giveaways for the entire year. You pay literally $50 in shipping.
Right.
And then I get a box that comes to my house, and I get everything. All the t-shirts, all the jerseys, all the bobbleheads. That's how I got my Pina Colada shirt that you see me wear. So if you're going to do that for the season ticket holders, you could probably throw a bone to everybody else.
I just think it's just ridiculous why these big corporations, like not only that, they're already slapping their logo on it.
And they
Like, it's free
own,
advertising.
Rogers owns the stadium. How many
Well,
teams?
they own the team and everything.
But how many teams literally own the stadium that they paid $20 million for?
Yeah. But it's not
20
even yeah, but they just spent 900 whatever million on it, on the renovations. No, but it's just anyone, because they're sponsored.
Yeah,
Like they give you the free Blue Jays hat, and then it has like a big ass McDonald's sign there. Like, just come on, give it to everybody. I just hate that people wait hours and hours in line, and then you get. It's never happened to me, but you get to the front, and it's like the kids there don't get it. But you know who gets it? That stupid guy that's sitting out there waiting for 5 hours
That's
just
exactly
to
what
throw it on
happens.
eBay to sell them.
Yep, that's exactly what happens.
And if you're one of those guys, no, it's fine. But I just think it's a little.
Guys, just 1 minute to go there, and I know. So this kind of came up. This came up yesterday. We're only 1 minute to go, and we were just talking about this with Day Trade the World. I want to remind everybody that keeps asking about this because it's separate. Applying to the floor is separate from the campus training program that I've been mentioning the last couple of days here. So just go to campus.daytradetheworld.com. You can apply. This is for students located here. You have the ability to join the campus program. You can end up a funded trader if you're able to do so. You get to learn the markets. You get to learn exactly what we are doing here and trade on the platform. And then, of course, it can turn into something as a funded trader. So that's different from going to the floor and coming and trading on this floor. That campus program is available to any student out there, but you have to be here in Canada, obviously. 30 seconds to go. Just want to make sure I clarified that one. You got the QR code below. Fahad is going to flex in front of the bell there. There was no bell ringer this morning. We have hopefully rectified that today. I tried throwing something at it. I missed by like that much. But Fahad, I'm out of all my positions. Make sure I got my stops canceled. I don't think I did. And with 10 seconds to go, Fahad is bouncing something. There you go.
He's also an amazing soccer player. Fahad.
4, no, he's not. 3, 2, and ring it. Are you really just making that up?
Little did you know. What do you mean, are you really, or are you making it up? Fahad, put it back on him. Watch this. Yeah, we can see you, bro. That was... The thing about it is we just let this guy do whatever he wants all the time.
We allow it to happen.
But the worst part is when you asked, oh, for real? Like the guy could have come up there with a badminton racket and said he's the baddest badminton player around.
He has already said that, by the way.
Right, and you'll be like, for real? It's like, why do you keep falling for this?
No, it's for fun. It's just for fun.
I actually believe he could be a good soccer player. I mean, maybe a goalie.
It's believable. Basketball players have good footwork. Soccer players, it's all about the footwork. I could have believed it.
Hoser, that's a good Canadian line. I like that. What's up,
No, we
Hoser?
are not wearing pajama bottoms. We don't dress like Fahad.
Fahad's lucky to wear those. I mean, I feel like the other day I was wearing, well, you weren't in there. I had the yellow track pants on. I had the Trader TV Live hoodie, which, by the way, we're going to try to refresh our hoodies and whatnot coming very, very soon.
Yeah, we
do
need
have a new
golf
merchandise.
shirts.
That's why we're not promoting the merchandise
Golf
right now.
shirts
We're
is
going
what
to
we
be
need.
flexing it a little bit harder coming up when we get some new designs and whatnot. But yeah. No, look, Fahad's not on camera, so he can wear that. We want to be comfortable when you're at work.
No, I mean
half the people watching this are probably at home, maybe pants less.
Look, man, I'm in
right now.
When I get home, the first thing I do
pants.
is change into my workout gear or change into my joggers. That's like literally the first thing I do when I
thing.
get in the door. It's just
Same thing. Same as Brendo, I think. Or maybe Brendan just stays in the shirt all day. I don't think so, though. I think
I could see it.
You could see him staying like that? No.
I'm joking.
He throws on the Red Bull. The Red Bull jersey.
Max Verstappen.
Is it Verstappen or
Verstappen?
Stop, I think it's like a stop.
Stoppen.
Stop. All right, Brendan, let's go over to Brendan and get going over here now.
Ian wins. Yeah, let's check out how we wrapped up the day. We showed that, we showed that clown picture yesterday of Fahad. So, natural. 0.89 for the NASDAQ. When all is said and done, we go up, we go down, we go sideways, and then in the red, 0.38, 0.22. Crude oil with a big day, 2% there. 1.2 for Bitcoin, Ethereum. Positive, guys, ahead of that update that's coming tonight.
Yes, sir. And yeah, big day. Good day for crude oil. Obviously, the market doesn't close on those highs. Big reversal, but the shorts were just working, so you had to be able to take them there. That's what it's all about. And quite frankly, it's been a fun day. We've had Sean back, which was fantastic. And shout out to Arun. And the midday guys did a fantastic job as well. Can't wait till Max gets back. I mean, I know he's enjoying himself, but I think he did a fantastic
he's
job.
Golfing. He's golfing. He's chilling out right now.
Got to. Good weather, man.
Also, take profit. Like I said, we are going to be doing some more merchandise coming up very, very soon. It's 4:03. We got places to go that ain't here. So,
go Raptors.
No. What Fahad?
What are we doing? Come on. For the Raptors?
Okay, here, give it to me. What do you want me to shoot it?
Oh,
someone shoot.
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, you want it?
Shoot it. I mean, whatever. I'll take it after you. Okay, here we go. Neil's going to take a shot here into the garbage can.
You're gonna hold it?
Yeah. Hold it. There we go.
Okay. But he made it too easy because he held it up instead of.
No, there's no camera proof of that.
Do it again. You can do it again.
But it's 10 feet.
I trust you. I'll go further.
No, but now I have
What
to
are
do
we
it
doing
different.
here?
Now
There's
I
a
have
nice
to,
Hawaiian
because I already
shirt
made it
behind
once. So I'm gonna try. Let me line it up.
Okay, go to the camera.
Let me line it up. Let me line it up. Let me line it up, and then I'm gonna.
There we go, he's
okay,
ready.
Sean, just confirm.
Yeah. Eyes. No, you're going to miss. Yeah, no.
Oh, I'll try. I tried closing my eyes. You saw it, but I made it the first time. I tried doing this.
All right, we'll figure it out. Did you see Raj's shirt?
What?
Hawaiian.
Okay. The
See,
Hawaiian
I'm wearing
action.
pants, by the way. Just talking about your Hawaiian shirt. I really like it. Right there. Maybe I'm going to wear one tomorrow as well. Okay, man, that was a really fun day. Glad to be back. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. I know the chat sure did. Thank you so much for enjoying the show as we go. We're always having fun around here, right, Brendo? And no more earnings, but bank is coming up.
No, we get Friday. We get the banks.
Yeah, it's Friday,
Delta.
right?
I saw Delta tomorrow morning.
Delta, Gamma, Alpha. We'll see if we can come up with some more options terms for that. Butterfly spread.
Ooh, the butterfly.
Puts, calls. All right, guys, earnings coming tomorrow. We had AAL today down, 7 or 8% at the end of it all, maybe even more than that. As I'm looking for it, I don't see it. But yeah, big moves all over the place today. CPI came through. Fed minutes came through. Lots of stuff happening. Make sure you sign up. Watch us on tradertv.live, and you'll be all ready to go for tomorrow. Comes in about 8:30. You'll be ready to prepared for 9:30 tomorrow. For everybody here at Trader TV Live, thanks Mahan, thanks Fahad, thanks Brendo, thanks Sharif, thanks Obi, thanks everybody behind us, thanks Brankles, Brendan, you already said you, Greg, everybody.
Anyone?
Liz.
Katrine.
Who else? Katrine,
yeah.
Justin, everybody in the back. Thank you so much. For everybody here at Trader TV Live, Neil, Brendan, I'm Sean, and we'll catch you tomorrow at 8:30. Ciao.
Oh, I gotta.